What's up, dummies? We're about to react to the worst amusement park accidents ever. Look at this thumbnail, bro. This guy's head was chopped off during an amusement park ride. This guy was sliced up. Jesus Christ, this is gonna be insane. The craziest amusement park freaking roller coaster ride accidents ever. Let's check this out. Let's go.
On June 21st, 2007, 13-year-old Caitlin Lassiter arrived at Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom with her family for what should have been a perfect summer day. The Louisville amusement park was bustling with visitors eager to escape the heat on the various rides and attractions. Caitlin, an active middle school student from nearby Elizabethtown,
Bro, I have a feeling she's gonna die, bro. It's like a middle school girl, bro. That's so sad.
forward to this trip for weeks.
She had been looking forward to this trip for weeks, bro. She marked it down on her calendar. She was like, I can't wait to go to Six Flags. And then she died.
She was particularly excited about the Superman Tower of Power, the park's signature thrill ride that dominated the skyline at 177 feet tall.
That's tall.
The Superman Tower of Power was considered one of the most popular attractions at Kentucky Kingdom. The ride worked by seating passengers in a circular gondola with their feet dangling freely beneath them. A sophisticated cable and pulley system would lift riders to the top of the tower.
I don't even know what any of that
pause
means.
for a moment to build suspense, then release them into a...
I've actually done this ride, though. I mean, I don't know how the hell it works, but it takes you up slowly, and then you're all sitting at the top, and then boom, you drop really, really fast. I always got scared that I was gonna hit the ground.
Fall back toward the ground. The sensation of weightlessness combined with the panoramic view of Louisville made it a must-ride attraction for thrill seekers. Safety harnesses secured riders around their torso and shoulders, while their legs hung unrestrained below the seats. Caitlin joined the line with her family members, watching as previous groups of riders screamed with delight during their descent. The ride operators went through their routine safety checks, ensuring all harnesses were properly secured before initiating the lifting sequence. Everything appeared normal as Caitlin's group was loaded into the gondola seats. The massive tower stretched high above them, and she could feel the anticipation building as the ride began its slow ascent.
Look, she looks so happy, bro. Look at her. She's so happy.
Approximately 40 feet above the ground, something went catastrophically wrong. One of the main support cables suddenly snapped under tension, creating a whip-like effect as the severed cable lashed across the ride's gondola. The steel cable, moving at tremendous speed and force, struck multiple riders before they could react. In an instant, what had been a moment of anticipation turned into absolute horror. Caitlin bore the worst of the cable's impact. The severed steel wire struck her legs with such force that both feet were completely amputated above the ankles. The other riders in the gondola screamed in terror as they witnessed the unthinkable accident unfold. Blood immediately began flowing from Caitlin's severe injuries while she remained conscious and aware of what had happened to her. The ride operators, seeing the emergency situation, immediately halted the lifting mechanism and began emergency descent procedures. Park security and medical personnel rushed to the scene as soon as the gondola returned to ground level. Caitlin remained remarkably calm despite her traumatic injuries, even asking about her severed feet.
Where are my feet? Dude, so this cable broke. It was like a metal cable. It broke, snapped, chopped her feet off. And then she got lowered down. She's like, where are my feet at? Her parents are probably sitting there watching. You know, how parents go to the amusement park with their kids and then they let the kid go on the ride and they just watch their kid. Dude, oh my.
Medical technicians quickly applied tourniquets and began life-saving treatment while preparing her for immediate transport to University Hospital. The other passengers, though physically unharmed, were deeply traumatized by witnessing such a horrific accident. The Superman Tower of Power was immediately shut down pending a full investigation. Caitlin survived her injuries, but faced a lifetime of challenges adapting to her permanent disability. The accident led to industry-wide reviews of cable inspection procedures.
That's annoying, bro. Now she's paralyzed, dude.
Six Flags ultimately settled with the family for an undisclosed amount, while the
probably like $10 million, bro. They're probably rich.
ride was permanently removed.
They probably got her the nicest wheelchair ever. A hot rod, hot pink wheelchair with boosters.
The park. The incident became a watershed moment for amusement park safety standards across the entire industry. Big Dipper roller coaster derailment incident. On May 30th, 1972.
1972? No wonder something went wrong, bro. Most of us weren't even born. What the hell, dude? They had roller coasters in 1970?
Families across London flocked to Battersea Fun Fair to celebrate the holiday.
Bro, that looks weak. Okay, that looks trash, bro. Whoever got hurt here, you deserve it for going to this.
The popular amusement park located along the Thames had been a beloved destination for generations of Londoners seeking thrills and entertainment. Among the fair's most popular attractions was the Big Dipper, a classic wooden roller coaster that had been delighting visitors since 1951.
This was made in 1951. Bro, that thing probably goes 3 miles per hour, bro. How could there be a incident, bro?
Ride, with its traditional white-painted wooden structure and steep drops, represented the golden age of British seaside entertainment. The Big Dipper stood as a testament to post-war optimism, built when the country was recovering and families were eager for simple pleasures. The coaster featured a series of hills.
I get it. So basically, back in the day, if you guys don't really know history, I don't know history, but basically, they built this roller coaster when the world wasn't doing very good. The United States, we had just gotten out of the war. You know, people were sad. So this roller coaster was actually like something good for people. Like people were, you know, their families were dying in the war and stuff. So they liked this roller coaster. Okay, I see.
Families were eager that era, reaching speeds of approximately 35 miles per hour. Its cars could hold up to 20 passengers at a time, and on busy days like this holiday weekend, the ride operated continuously with minimal downtime between cycles. The wooden track, supported by an intricate framework of timber beams and cross braces, had weathered more than 2 decades of London's harsh climate. Among the holiday crowd were several families with children, including groups of teenagers who had come to the fair specifically for the thrill rides. The Big Dipper's line stretched long on this busy afternoon, with excited riders waiting their turn to experience the classic coaster. Many of these visitors had ridden the Big Dipper countless times over the years, trusting in its familiar rhythms and well-worn safety record. The ride operators, following their standard procedures, loaded passengers into the train cars and secured the simple lap bars that served as the primary restraint system. As the fully loaded train climbed the first...
Comment down below right now. What do you think's happening? You think people are going to die? You think people are going to have their legs chopped up? What do you think? Oh yeah, by the way, YouTube, nobody was hurt, by the way. So I don't get my video deleted. All right, I think someone's gonna fall off.
Potential energy for the exciting descent ahead.
See if we're right.
Could see across the Thames and
Don't
the
cheat,
London
by the
skyline beyond. The mechanical chain lift carried them steadily upward with its characteristic clicking sound. Everything seemed perfectly normal as the train crested the first hill and began picking up speed on the downward slope. The familiar sensations of acceleration and mild airtime brought squeals of delight from the passengers. Then, as the train approached a banked curve at high speed, catastrophic structural failure occurred. A critical section of the wooden track structure collapsed without warning, unable to support the dynamic forces of the speeding train. The lead cars immediately derailed, leaving the track entirely and plummeting toward the ground below. Passengers were thrown from their seats as the cars tumbled and crashed into the support structure beneath the track. The wooden framework, never designed to catch falling train cars, splintered and collapsed under the impact. 5 people died instantly from the devastating crash, while 13 others sustained serious injuries ranging from broken bones to severe trauma. The screams of the injured and terrified witnesses filled the air as park staff and visitors rushed to help. Emergency services arrived quickly, but the tangled wreckage of wooden beams, twisted metal, and overturned train cars made rescue efforts extremely difficult. Some victims remained trapped beneath the debris for hours, while rescue workers carefully dismantled the collapsed structure. The investigation that followed revealed that structural fatigue and inadequate maintenance had compromised the ride's safety.
I didn't think 5 people... Oh, nobody was hurt, YouTube.
...had deteriorated over the years, weakened by weather exposure and the constant stress of train operations. Following this tragedy, the Big Dipper was permanently removed and Battersea Fun Fair never reopened. The incident led to comprehensive safety reforms throughout the British amusement industry, establishing new standards for ride inspection and maintenance that continue to protect visitors today.
Wow.
Verrückt water slide.
Can you imagine, like, you're on a roller coaster, you're like, oh, and then it just goes off the track. Oh my God, dude.
Incident. On August 7th, 2016.
2016, so this is more recent.
10-year-old Caleb Schwab arrived at Schlitterbahn Water Park in Kansas City with his family for what should have been a fun-filled summer day. Caleb was the son of Scott Schwab, a Kansas state legislator, and like many children his age, he was drawn to the park's most famous attraction. Towering above the water park at 168 feet and 7 inches tall, stood Verrückt, officially recognized as the world's tallest water slide. The German word verrückt means insane, a name that proved to be tragically prophetic. Verrückt had opened just 2 years earlier amid great fanfare and media attention. The massive slide featured a unique multi-person raft system where 3 riders would be secured together in a specially designed inflatable raft. The ride began with a steep 17-story drop, followed by a second hill that created a moment of weightlessness before the final descent into a splash pool. The slide's designers had incorporated overhead safety netting along portions of the ride to prevent rafts from becoming airborne, a safety feature that acknowledged the extreme forces generated by the attraction. The ride's operation depended on precise weight distribution among the 3 passengers. Safety guidelines specified that the combined weight of all riders should fall within a specific range to ensure the raft maintained proper contact.
Okay, yeah. So if basically I'm kind of seeing what he's saying here, even though I'm pretty dumb, but I'm kind of picking it up. Basically, there should be 3 people in the raft at all time, but I have a feeling that this kid would be on this ride by himself. I think the operator messed up. But there should be 3 people because when it goes down and then it comes back up, it should be heavy enough to fall back down. But I have a feeling this kid's gonna go fly in the air.
Surface throughout the journey. However, these weight requirements were often loosely enforced during busy periods, and park staff frequently allowed combinations of riders that fell outside the recommended parameters. On this particular day, the park was crowded with families enjoying the summer heat relief that the water attractions provided. Caleb was excited to experience the world record slide, despite being smaller than the typical rider. He was paired with 2 adult women in the 3-person raft, creating a weight distribution that was significantly below the recommended minimum. The raft was secured at the top of the 168-foot tower, with all 3 riders strapped in using Velcro and nylon restraints. Park attendants gave their standard safety briefing before releasing the raft down the steep initial drop. The raft accelerated rapidly down the first massive drop, reaching speeds approaching 70 miles per hour as it hit the bottom and began climbing the second hill. Due to the improper weight distribution, the raft carried too much momentum as it crested the second hill. Instead of following the slide's surface as designed, the raft became completely airborne for several feet. The lightweight raft, with insufficient weight to keep it grounded, flew upward toward the overhead safety netting that was meant to protect riders from exactly this scenario. Caleb, seated in the front of the raft, struck the metal supports of the overhead netting with devastating force. The impact caused fatal head and neck injuries, while the 2 adult passengers suffered serious but non-fatal injuries as the raft crashed back down onto the slide surface. Park staff immediately initiated emergency procedures, but Caleb's injuries were beyond any medical intervention. The other riders were rushed to nearby hospitals for treatment of their injuries. Verrückt was immediately and permanently closed following the accident. The subsequent investigation revealed a pattern of safety violations and design flaws that had been ignored since the ride's construction. Criminal charges were filed against several park executives and the ride's designer for reckless behavior and second-degree murder. Evidence emerged showing that engineers had repeatedly warned about safety issues during construction, but these concerns were dismissed in favor of meeting opening deadlines. The slide was completely demolished in 2018, and the incident led to comprehensive reforms in waterslide safety regulations nationwide. Haunted Castle Fire Incident. On May 11th, 1984, Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey was experiencing one of its busiest spring evenings of the season. The warm weather had drawn large crowds to the popular theme park, with families and groups of teenagers eager to experience the various rides and attractions. Among the park's most popular draws was the Haunted Castle, a walk-through dark ride that promised visitors a terrifying journey through a maze-like structure filled with ghosts, monsters, and other frightening surprises. The attraction had become a must-visit destination for thrill seekers looking for a different kind of adrenaline rush. The Haunted Castle was housed in a large castle-themed building that had been constructed as a temporary structure, but had remained in operation for several years. Inside, visitors would navigate through a series of narrow corridors, dark rooms, and tight passages while costumed actors and mechanical effects provided scares along the way. The building's interior was decorated with foam padding, fabric hangings, and various props designed to create an authentically spooky atmosphere. These decorative materials, while effective for creating the desired ambiance, were highly flammable and had never been treated with fire-resistant chemicals. 8 teenagers, including a group of friends from nearby towns, had decided to experience the Haunted Castle together that evening. They were typical of the attraction's target demographic, young people seeking thrills and the social bonding that comes from shared scary experiences. The group purchased their tickets and joined the line outside the castle's entrance, joking nervously about what they might encounter inside. None of them could have imagined that this routine visit to a popular theme park attraction would end in tragedy. The building's design created several inherent safety hazards that would prove fatal. The maze-like layout included numerous dead ends and confusing pathways intended to disorient visitors as part of the entertainment experience. However, this same design made emergency evacuation extremely difficult, as there were very limited exit routes and no clear sight lines of safety. The building lacked a sprinkler system, smoke detection equipment, and adequate emergency lighting that would have been required in permanent structures housing public attractions. Shortly after 6:30 p.m., a small fire began in one of the foam-padded walls deep within the attraction. The exact cause was never definitively determined, but investigators suspected that either an electrical malfunction or a discarded cigarette had ignited the highly combustible foam materials. Within minutes, the flames spread rapidly through the interconnected rooms and corridors, fed by the abundant flammable decorations and furniture throughout the structure. The building quickly filled with thick, toxic smoke that made visibility nearly impossible. Visitors inside the attraction initially thought the smoke and heat were part of the show, as special effects were commonly used to enhance the scary atmosphere.
That's the thing. They're in a haunted castle ride. If I was in a haunted castle ride and there was a bunch of smoke, I'd be like, oh God, like, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but geez, it stinks. And then you start seeing fire, you might be like, oh, maybe that's a fake fire. And then boom!
By the time people realized they were in genuine danger, the fire had spread extensively, blocking many of the limited exit routes. The maze-like interior, designed to confuse visitors under normal circumstances.
Wow, that sucks. So this building was supposed to be like a maze because you go through the ride and you don't know where you're at. Oh my God, it's creepy. But whenever there's a fire, you gotta know where you're at. You gotta know how to get out.
Desperately to find their way out through the smoke-filled corridors. The 8 teenagers became separated and lost in the burning maze. Despite the efforts of emergency responders who arrived quickly at the scene, all 8 young people died from smoke inhalation before they could be rescued. The victims ranged in age from 15 to 18 years old, their lives cut short by a preventable tragedy that exposed serious gaps in amusement park safety regulations. The investigation that followed revealed numerous safety violations and regulatory failures. The structure had been approved as a temporary building, but had operated for years without...
I'm not gonna lie, if I'm stuck in that building, I'm kicking through the wall. If there's fire coming up, I don't care. I'm channeling an inner god, and I'm I'm breaking through the wall.
Building codes.
I don't give a fuck.
Criminal charges were filed against several park officials, and the incident led to comprehensive reforms in fire safety requirements for all amusement park attractions
they got arrested.
Nationwide.
The people who made that.
The tragedy at the haunted castle became a turning point that fundamentally changed how the industry approaches safety in entertainment venues. Worlds of Fun decapitation incident. On June 7th, 1981, Worlds of Fun amusement park in Kansas City was operating under...
Why is it always in Kansas City? I'm pretty sure something else happened in Kansas City earlier in the video, but I don't have enough
typical
brain
summer
power.
Conditions with moderate crowds enjoying the various attractions throughout...
Yeah, dude, this is June 7th. It says June 7th. Just imagine how many people would be at this freaking amusement park. June 7th? That's like the peak of summer. June is summer. Oh my gosh.
The park's signature roller coaster, the Orient Express, had been thrilling visitors since its opening, featuring a unique design that included multiple inversions and high-speed elements that made it one of the most popular rides in the Midwest. The coaster's distinctive red and yellow trains regularly carried passengers through a series of loops, corkscrews, and banking turns that provided an intense but generally safe riding experience for thousands of visitors each operating season. William Haithcote was a 20-year-old seasonal maintenance worker who had been employed at the park for several weeks. Like many young people working summer jobs at amusement parks, he was eager to prove himself reliable and thorough in his duties. William had been assigned to perform routine maintenance inspections on various rides throughout the park, a responsibility that required him to examine track conditions, mechanical components, and safety systems to ensure everything was functioning properly. These inspections were typically scheduled during off-peak hours, or when rides were temporarily shut down for maintenance purposes. On this particular afternoon, William was conducting what should have been a routine inspection of the Orient Express roller coaster. The standard protocol required that all ride operations cease completely before any maintenance personnel entered the restricted areas around the track. Multiple safety procedures were in place to prevent exactly the type of accident that was about to occur, including communication systems between ride operators and maintenance staff, physical lockout procedures for...
I know what's going to happen. He's going to be checking the ride, making sure it's working, and then somebody's going to come down and kill him.
Controls and clearly marked boundaries that separated operational areas from maintenance zones. The Orient Express continued to operate normally, with trains full of passengers completing their circuits through the various inversions and high-speed sections of the track. The ride operators in the control booth maintained their standard monitoring procedures, watching for any irregularities in the ride's operation while managing the loading and dispatching of successive trains.
What was he
The mechanical
doing?
systems functioned exactly as designed, with block zones and safety sensors ensuring that trains maintained proper spacing and operated within safe parameters. Something went catastrophically wrong with the communication and safety protocols that should have prevented any maintenance worker from entering a restricted area while the ride remained operational. Williams somehow gained access to an area immediately adjacent to the active roller coaster track, placing himself directly in the path of the speeding trains. Whether this was due to a breakdown in communication between departments, inadequate training on safety procedures, or a momentary lapse in judgment, the result was the same. As one of the Orient Express trains rounded a curve at full operational speed, it struck William with tremendous force. The impact was instantly fatal, causing severe trauma that resulted in his decapitation. The passengers on the train experienced the horrific shock of witnessing this tragic accident, while the ride operators immediately initiated emergency shutdown procedures upon realizing what had occurred. The train was brought to a stop as quickly as the safety systems allowed, and emergency services were
What the hell is the ambulance gonna do? His head came off.
summoned to the scene. The immediate aftermath of the accident sent shockwaves throughout the amusement park industry. Worlds of Fun permanently closed the Orient Express.
Dude, this picture. What's up, dummies? Today we're about to react to the worst Disneyland deaths ever. So these are gonna be a bunch of kids who went on vacation to Disneyland and they ended up dying, bro. What? You can die at Disneyland? I didn't even think that was possible. All right, let's check this out. Try not to get scared. If you've ever been to Disneyland, don't go again because you're gonna die.
Behind the magic.
Crushed
Deborah
behind
Gale
the magic?
Stone was 18 years old when she
Okay.
started her dream job as a hostess at Disneyland's America Sings attraction.
Okay, so this girl worked at Disneyland and she like did this like chicken thing
In 1974.
I don't
The
even
ride
know.
was a rotating theater showcasing the history of American music through animatronic characters.
Okay.
Guests sat in a
Animatronics like Five Nights at Freddy's, bro? They got Five Nights at Freddy's at Disneyland?
moving outer ring that rotates to different
the
scenes,
hell?
while the intersection was stationary. Between each scene, large walls would move, creating temporary darkness as the next set appeared. On July 8th, just 2 weeks after the attraction opened, Deborah was stationed between the stationary wall and one of the rotating
Don't tell me one of those like moving walls, because he said like the walls were moving in this ride. Don't tell me she just got crushed, bro. As a kid, that would be one of my biggest, like, I don't know why I would have nightmares about that, but I'd be in like a library and I'd be like running and the walls would be coming in and then I'd just get like smushed and then I would wake up. That is so creepy, getting smushed by walls. Please don't tell me this happened to this girl. She looks so cute. No, I'm not simping, bro. Chill. I know what you guys are saying. Okay, let's see.
simple. Guide guests and ensure the show ran smoothly. What wasn't simple was the engineering flaw that would turn deadly. The gap between the moving and stationary walls was just 12 inches at its narrowest point, a space that left no margin for error. At approximately 10:30 p.m., as one scene transitioned to the next, something went wrong. Deborah became caught in the narrow space as the massive wall began its rotation. Security cameras didn't cover this backstage area.
No.
There was no emergency stop button within her reach. The hydraulic
No.
system powering the rotation exerted thousands of pounds of pressure
Thousands of pounds of the walls just, oh my God. Hopefully she's 2,000 pounds.
to move regardless of minor obstructions. Guests in the theater heard screams coming from behind the walls. Many assumed it was part of the show's sound.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. She's getting crushed in the back. She's getting slammed. She's getting pounded in the back. And people thought the sounds that they were hearing was a part of the show. Bro, she's literally getting pounded, bro.
The
Oh my
walls
gosh, by
continued
the
their
walls.
mechanical movement, crushing Deborah between them with inexorable force.
Oh my gosh, dude. She's actually getting pounded, bro.
The compression was catastrophic. Her ribcage collapsed
Wow.
first, puncturing her lungs and heart.
I
Within
feel
seconds,
bad, bro. So she literally went to work at Disneyland and then she like got crushed by the walls and then she was like, ow! And people were like, oh, that's a cool sound effect. It's not a sound effect.
The pressure fractured her spine and pelvis. By the
Oh my
time
gosh.
other cast members realized something was wrong and stopped the ride, it was too late. When
Oh my
maintenance
gosh.
workers finally separated the walls, they found Deborah's body grotesquely flattened.
Oh my gosh, she got flattened just like in my dreams. Ah!
Blood pooling on the floor beneath her. Medical examiners later determined she remained conscious for nearly 40 seconds.
No way. She was conscious. She was aware of what was going on when she was getting smashed.
As her body was slowly crushed, experiencing excruciating pain before death finally came.
Oh my god.
The next day, America Sings reopened with new safety lights and
Bro, they opened the next day. What'd they do? Just mop up the blood and put a caution sign down?
proximity sensors.
What?
Deborah's death became a grim reminder of the machinery behind Disney's magic. The derailment
All
disaster.
right, here's the next one.
Marcelo Torres was 22 years old
All right, bet. So this is what Marcelo Torres looks like. He was 22 years old. I think he was on vacation at Disneyland. Hopefully he survived,
when he
please.
visited Disneyland with friends on September 5th, 2003.
Okay.
The California native chose to ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Dude, okay, I rode this ride before. These are the rides that aren't scary. These, what the, what's going on, dude? Okay, these are the rides that are not scary. They don't go fast. So how is this guy gonna die? This is called the derailment disaster. How, bro? I never have gotten on this and was like, oh, I'm gonna die. And there's
One
no
of the
way.
park's signature attractions. The Gold Rush-themed coaster was designed to simulate a runaway mine train, reaching speeds of 30 miles per hour.
30 miles per hour? Bro, that's slow as hell, bro. I drive 30 miles per hour in my backyard.
As it twisted through artificial caverns and desert landscapes. Torres settled into the front row of the first pack.
Okay, that's where he messed up. Why are you in the front seat? Now, I know the front seat is always fun, but if you're gonna get on a seat, the most likely seat that you die in is the first seat.
Directly behind the locomotive. What Torres couldn't know was that maintenance crews had been performing improper repairs on the ride for months. The previous night, mechanics had replaced a critical wheel assembly, but failed to install a required safety wire that would keep the axle in place.
Bro, so they installed something, but they didn't put the safety... Bro, y'all so stupid.
No supervisor had checked the work. As the train climbed the third lift hill, the unwired axle began to work loose from its housing.
No way.
At 11:22 a.m., as the train crested the hill and began its descent, the front locomotive's undercarriage violently separated from its chassis. Metal screeched against metal as the cars behind it, still moving at full speed, slammed into the derailed engine. The first passenger car, where Torres sat, bore the brunt of the impact. The locomotive's weight crushed inward, compressing the space where Torres was seated.
What the bro? So he literally he was like riding, and then the thing in front of him stopped, and then he's just like... And he's like, ah! Oh my gosh.
The collision fractured Torres's chest and ribs with such force that bone fragments punctured his heart and lungs.
I feel bad for him, bro.
He remained conscious as blood filled his chest cavity.
Oh my god, blood was filling up in his chest, and
each breath becoming more difficult than the last.
Oh my gosh. What? I mean, what does somebody do to, like, what? They probably tried to pull him out, but they couldn't.
Medical examiners later found that Torres did not die instantly, but suffocated over approximately 2 minutes as his lungs collapsed.
2 minutes of suffocation, bro. Okay, did those workers get fired? I gotta figure it out.
Passengers, many with broken bones and facial lacerations, watched helplessly as he struggled to breathe. When paramedics finally reached the scene, they found Torres still strapped in his seat, his body contorted by the
Dude, he was still strapped in, bro. He still had his freaking...
crushed compartment. Blood had soaked through his clothing and pooled on the ride's track below. His friends seated just behind him had suffered only minor injuries, a difference of mere inches between life and death.
Okay, so he never said if they got fired, but hopefully they got fired, bro.
The boy who fell from the mountain.
Okay, here's the next one. The boy who fell from the mountain, bro. There's a boy who fell? What?
Mark Maples was 15 years old when he...
Oh my gosh, Mark Maples was 15? No, he's so young. Hopefully he survived. I know he didn't survive, but hopefully he did.
Visited Disneyland with his family on January 3rd, 1964.
Okay, 1964. So this was a long time ago. He was born, he must have been born in 1949 then. I just did some quick math. Boom.
The Matterhorn bobsleds had been operating for nearly 6 years by then, thrilling guests with its 80-foot drops and
80 feet? Look at that. Oh, dude, I would love to ride that roller coaster, bro. I mean, not anymore because I think somebody died.
Sharp turns that simulated an alpine adventure. The steel-tracked ride, themed after Switzerland's iconic mountain, was the first tubular steel roller coaster in the world. Mark and his friend boarded a bobsled car in the afternoon, securing the simple lap belt that was the ride's only restraint system. As the bobsled climbed...
Dude, only a lap belt? Like a seat belt for something? Oh my god, I'm about to throw up on camera. Something that goes 80 feet, you only get a seat belt? Bro, see, back in the day, people didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Mark was visibly excited. Other passengers in nearby sleds later reported that he had been daring his friend to raise their hands during the drops.
Oh, wow. Raise your hands. Wow, I used to do that all the time, bro. What? That's not even scary.
The cars reached the top of the first hill, preparing for the signature plunge that made the ride famous. What happened next occurred in just seconds. At the crest of the hill, as the bobsled began to pick up speed, Mark suddenly stood up. Whether it was a moment of teenage bravado or a misunderstanding about...
Bro just stood up on a roller coaster.
Mechanics remains unknown. The physics were unforgiving. As the sled pitched downward at 20 miles per hour,
he must
Mark
have
lost
fell
his balance.
back.
His center of gravity shifted forward, and the momentum pulled him completely out of the vehicle. Mark fell approximately 30 feet before striking the steel track below. Primary impact was to his skull, causing an immediate depressed cranial fracture. Bone fragments were driven deep into his frontal lobe.
The bone into his brain.
Though the brain damage was catastrophic, death was not instantaneous. Medical examiners later determined that Mark remained alive for at least 2 minutes after impact.
Bro, why'd they put the Among Us crown on his head, bro? What?
His breathing shallow and irregular as his brain began to swell inside his shattered skull.
Oh my gosh, his skull shattered, and then his brain started leaking out. Okay, I'll rest in peace to you, bro. I'm skipping this. I can't. Oh no. Rest in peace to him. All right, let's see the next one.
Decapitated on the slopes.
Decapitated on the slopes?
Young was 48 years old when...
Okay, so we got a 48-year-old Dolly Regine Young. Bet.
She visited Disneyland in January 1984.
Okay,
the Matterhorn bobsleds had been one of the park's signature attractions for decades.
Bro, wait. She died on this? The same thing that kid just died on? How do they not shut this down.
And Dolly
Nah.
was eager to experience the Alpine-themed coaster again.
Nah,
The ride
bruh.
featured toboggan-style vehicles that raced through an artificial
No
mountain
way.
at speeds approaching 30 miles per hour.
Okay, yeah, we know,
Each
dude. You
three-person
just
bobsled
said
was equipped
that.
with seatbelts.
You just said that, you stupid. All right,
At
let's see
first,
what
everything
happened.
seemed fine. Then, as the vehicle navigated a sharp turn halfway through the ride, disaster struck. The bobsled hit a particularly rough section of track known for its jarring bumps. Dolly, without the security of a fastened seatbelt, was
Bro, she didn't put her seatbelt on. You
jolted
stupid.
upward. The momentum of the speeding vehicle combined with the centrifugal force of the turn was enough to lift her completely out of her seat. In an instant, she was thrown from the bobsled onto the cold metal track. Her body splayed across the rails.
Oh no.
For approximately 4 seconds, Dolly lay on the track, possibly conscious and aware of her predicament.
Bro, she fell off, but she was on the track. Don't tell me the ride comes back around and just hits her. No.
Then came the sound of the next bobsled.
Choo-choo!
Already descending the mountain just 20 seconds behind hers. The oncoming vehicle had no time to stop. Its steel undercarriage struck Dolly's upper body with tremendous force. The impact severed her neck almost completely, leaving her head attached by only a few tendons and blood vessels.
Oh my gosh! Her head was chopped off, but it was barely...
Blood sprayed across the white artificial snow, creating a ghastly contrast that would later haunt the ride operators who discovered her. The bobsled that struck her derailed partially, stranding its passengers above the grisly scene. Those riders reported hearing a sickening sound, part thud, part crack, as their vehicle hit what they initially thought was a piece of the ride's scenery.
Bro, they thought their ride hit a rock, but it was really a person.
When emergency responders arrived, they found Dolly's body wedged beneath the derailed bobsled, her head twisted at an impossible angle.
Oh my god. Okay, so did they shut this damn ride down? I gotta figure this out.
The coroner later determined that death was mercifully...
Bro, she's on the autopsy table with her neck just like completely...
resulting from immediate trauma.
That's
to the
a savage
spinal cord and
drawing.
massive hemorrhaging.
Okay, he didn't say if they shut the ride down. I'm pretty sure they did. But let's go to the next one.
The Toontown Tragedy.
The Toontown Tragedy.
Brandon Zucker was 4 years old when he visited Disneyland with his parents on September.
Bro, 4 years old. He's a 4-year-old. No!
The Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin ride
Wait,
had been
what?
operating in the park's Toontown section for 6 years.
Wait, this kid died in the cartoon town. Wait, this looks like the most family-friendly ride of all time. Hold on. What? He died in here? Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin? What?
Roger
I
Rabbit's
gotta see
cartoon
how.
spin ride
How,
had been
bro?
operating in the
How?
park's
How? Did
Toontown
he?
section for 6 years.
What?
The attraction featured spinning cartoon taxicabs that moved along a
Wow.
track through colorful scenes.
They moved like maybe 3 miles per hour. How did he die? Did he like vomit because he was eating so many funnel
Each
cakes or
vehicle
something?
could rotate 360 degrees as it
Wow.
progressed through the ride. Controlled by a steering wheel inside the cab, Brandon, an energetic preschooler with bright eyes and brown hair, sat in the same
Dude.
cab as his mother.
Bro, his mom was even with him, bro. How did he die? I gotta see
The
this.
ride began normally as their yellow taxi entered the first scene. The vehicle spun gently as Brandon's mother turned the wheel. About halfway through the attraction, as the cab made a sharp turn, something went terribly wrong.
Okay, maybe let me try to guess. I think something might have caught on fire or something, and then they burned because there's no way you can die on a slow ride like this. There's no way.
The small opening between the bottom of the cab door and the ride floor was approximately 7 inches, just large enough for a child's body to pass through. In a moment of excitement or imbalance, Brandon slipped down from his seat. Before his mother could react, he slid through the gap beneath the door. The vehicle's momentum dragged him immediately under the moving cab. The metal undercarriage, weighing over 700 pounds, rolled over Brandon's small body. The crushing force caused catastrophic compression injuries to his chest and abdomen. Most devastating was the oxygen deprivation to his brain, which began the moment his chest was crushed. For approximately 3 minutes, Brandon remained pinned beneath the taxi as the
3
ride
minutes?
continued to operate. Other guests heard his mother's screams, but couldn't understand what was happening.
Oh my god, they thought it was a part of the ride. So he like slipped out of the thing, he got crushed, and his mom's just like, ah! Oh my god, I feel
the darkened attraction. When operators finally stopped the ride and emergency personnel reached him, Brandon was unconscious. His pulse was faint, his breathing almost imperceptible. Paramedics performed CPR as they rushed him to the hospital. Brandon survived the initial trauma but had suffered irreversible brain damage. For the next 9 years, he remained in a persistent vegetative state, kept
No
alive by
way.
feeding tubes and constant care.
Bro, 9 years. So he was 4 years old when this happened, and then he was in a coma up until he was 13 years old, being fed by feeding tube.
His body grew, but his mind never recovered.
Wow, he got bigger in a coma. That's crazy.
Medical experts explained that each day, his brain cells continued to die from the original injury. On January 26, 2009, at age 13, Brandon's body finally succumbed to pneumonia,
Oh
a direct
gosh.
complication of his bedridden condition.
Oh
The
my
official cause of death
gosh.
was listed as complications from anoxic encephalopathy.
What the hell does that mean, bro?
Brain damage caused by oxygen
Don't nobody know what
deprivation
that
nearly
is?
a decade earlier.
All right, here's the
Christmas
next
Eve
one.
catastrophe.
Christmas Eve! Somebody got hit in the head with something on Christmas Eve at Disneyland. That's the worst. This is the worst story ever. Christmas Eve?
Luan Fee Dawson was 33 years
Who?
old when he
Okay, this is a 33-year-old guy named Luan Fee Dawson. It looks pretty cool. Bro,
visited Disneyland with his family on December 24th, 1998.
no, this is Christmas Eve. That's like one of the best days ever. The best day ever is literally Christmas, and then before it is Christmas Eve.
The holiday crowds filled the park as Dawson, his
Wow.
wife Lu Tui Vuong, and their daughter gathered near the sailing ship Columbia attraction. The Columbia was a full-scale replica of an 18th century sailing vessel that circled the rivers of America. The
Okay.
ship, weighing over 110 tons, was
Damn,
secured to the
222,000
dock by
pounds?
heavy ropes attached to metal cleats bolted into the wooden deck. At approximately
gonna
6:15 p.m., as guests were boarding for the next journey, a cast member attempted to secure one of the mooring lines. The rope being used was not the specified marine-grade nylon, but a cheaper, less flexible polyester
Bro, I hate polyester, but polyester is disgusting. Check your clothes right now. Are you wearing polyester? It's not good!
substitute that had been installed during recent maintenance. As the massive ship pulled against its moorings, the rope suddenly went taut with over 2,000 pounds of pressure. The strain proved too much for the substandard material. With a sound like a rifle shot, the rope snapped. The release tension sent the heavy metal cleat flying through the air at nearly 100 miles per hour.
This big metal thing was flying at 100 miles per hour.
The 8-pound brass fixture became a deadly projectile, ripping free from its mounting bolts and spinning wildly toward the crowd of waiting guests.
No way.
Dawson had no time to react. The metal cleat struck him
That's bogus! This dude just did a reaction edit. Look.
wildly toward the crowd of waiting guests. Dawson had no time to react. The metal cleat struck him directly in the skull, just above his right temple. The impact crushed his cranial bone
Wow.
inward with such force that bone fragments penetrated 3 inches into his brain. The traumatic injury severed
3
blood
inches is
vessels
big.
and destroyed critical brain tissue instantly.
Oh my
Neurologists later
gosh.
explained that while death was not immediate, consciousness was lost within milliseconds as intracranial pressure spiked catastrophically.
So
Blood
he just
poured from the wound
died?
as Dawson collapsed onto the festively decorated dock. His
Bro, he was with his his wife and his daughter on Christmas Eve on vacation.
wife, standing just beside him, was also struck by the projectile as it ricocheted. The cleat
What?
tore through her cheekbone and jaw, leaving her critically injured but alive. Their young daughter watched in horror as both
Her mom and dad got smacked up.
parents fell. Emergency medical technicians reached Dawson within minutes, but the injury was unsurvivable. Despite being rushed to the nearby UC Irvin Medical Center, he was pronounced dead at 8:48 p.m., just as Christmas Eve celebrations around the park were
He
reaching
didn't even get to see Christmas,
their
bro.
peak. His death marked the first guest fatality at Disneyland directly attributable to mechanical failure, rather than guest
What
behavior
happened to his
or
wife?
pre-existing medical conditions.
What happened to his wife? Okay, he doesn't want to tell us. Let's go to the next one. Tunnel Crush?
Ricky Liyama was 17 years old when he visited Disneyland on a warm August
17-year-old, bro. Oh my
day in
gosh.
1967. The People Mover attraction, which had opened just the
What?
previous year, was a
Yeah, you can
futuristic
tell
trip
that
in
this is some
67.
old.
The People
You can tell this is from 1900s, bro. Nobody's on their phone at all. You see how no one's on their phone? This guy's got like a camera hanging. Nobody's on their phone, bro. This is actually fire. Too bad somebody
Mover
died.
attraction, which had opened just the previous year, was a futuristic transportation system that offered guests a leisurely journey through Tomorrowland. The ride consisted of small 4-person cars that moved continuously along an elevated track at a steady 5 miles per hour. There were
Okay.
no doors
So these cars are moving at 5 miles per hour. So how did someone die?
on the vehicles, just open sides that allowed guests to easily enter and exit at the loading platform.
5 miles per hour?
Ricky was with friends that afternoon enjoying the park's attractions. Witnesses later reported seeing the teenagers engaging in horseplay near the People Mover, possibly
Okay.
daring each other to jump between moving cars.
Okay, so they're just messing around, goofing around. I used to do this with my friends. We would goof around, do some crazy stuff.
This dangerous activity wasn't uncommon among thrill-seeking teens, despite clear warnings against it.
So he was going to jump from one car to another. Well, they're only moving at 5 miles per hour. So if you can't do that, you must be fat.
As the train of connected cars entered a dark tunnel section near the Adventure Through Inner
he
Space
did it in the dark tunnel?
attraction, Ricky made his fateful decision. With his friends watching, he leapt from the platform toward a moving car. The gap between cars was only 18 inches, seemingly easy to cross.
Bro, that's like this big, bro. How can you not do it?
But Ricky mistimed his jump. His foot caught the edge of a car, causing him to lose balance. He tumbled downward, falling directly onto the moving track below. The fall itself wasn't far, just 4 feet, but the consequences were immediate and catastrophic. Before Ricky could regain his footing in the darkened tunnel,
So he
the
got
next train
up.
of people mover cars rounded the bend.
Oh,
The
God.
front edge of the first car struck his body, knocking him flat against the track. The undercarriage, with its wheels and mechanical components, passed directly over him. The weight of the car crushed his ribcage, puncturing his lungs and heart, but death didn't come instantly.
Really?
As Ricky lay injured on the track, unable to move, additional cars continued to pass over him. Each one inflicted new trauma to his already broken body.
Bro, it's like GTA 5 when you get hit by one car, the pedestrians don't give a damn, they just keep hitting you.
The ride's mechanical system, designed to move continuously, dragged him along the track for approximately 300.
What's up, dummy? So a couple of months ago, I made a ton of videos reacting to the craziest theme park, water park, roller coaster accidents ever, but I haven't done it in a couple months. But this dude just uploaded a new video titled "The Worst Theme Park Deaths Ever." Look at this. Somebody apparently got sucked into like a tube at like a water park and died. This is gonna be the craziest deaths that have ever happened at theme parks. I'm so happy to be reacting to another one of these. These are always crazy. Let's see
On
it.
March 24th, 2022, 14-year-old Tyre Sampson visited Icon Park in Orlando as part of a spring break trip with his football team from Missouri. It was
Okay.
supposed to be a day of excitement and freedom, filled with rides, lights, and the kind of fun teenagers look forward to all
Right.
year.
Right,
That
for
evening,
sure.
the group approached the Orlando Freefall.
See, that's the thing about these type of
Teenagers look forward to all
rides. These are fun, like super fun. It takes you all the way up. If you've never been on it, you just go all the way up slowly, right? And then you get to the top, and then you just boom, you drop all the way to the top, and then as you're going down, you're like, "Ugh!" And you feel like you're about to slam into the ground, but then it stops perfectly. So I wonder what happened to this guy. Did he fall off from the top? Did he? I don't know.
A 430-foot drop tower and one of the tallest
430?
freestanding attractions of its kind in the world.
Damn!
The ride slowly lifted passengers hundreds of
Yep.
feet into the air before
seen that
releasing
before.
them into a near-vertical free fall, reaching speeds of more than 75 miles per hour before
Damn!
breaking near the ground. Tyre Sampson was physically larger than most riders. He stood over 6 feet
That's a nice way to say somebody was fat.
tall and weighed more than 340 pounds.
Hey, he said he was a football player. Hey, football players need to be, very heavy, so I'll give him that.
The weight limit was 287 pounds,
Oh,
but
what?
no one weighed him or stopped him from boarding.
What? If the weight limit is 280 and this kid was like 400 pounds, bro, why are you?
When Tyre was seated, the shoulder harness was not properly secured against his body.
See, this is the water park's fault, bro. They need to actually enforce it, bro.
Instead of removing him from the ride, the operator manually adjusted the seat, increasing the gap between the harness and the safety sensor. Despite the improper adjustment, the system displayed a green light, signaling that the restraint was secure. The ride was allowed to proceed. Tyre was lifted more than 40
gosh.
stories into the night sky. Below him, the lights of Icon Park stretched out in every direction.
Dude, that is actually dope because I've been on one of these rides and when you're up there, it's like, oh my gosh, you can see the whole world from there. And it's honestly pretty creepy because you're like, dude, what if I fall? Like everyone thinks that when they're on the rides. They're like, what if the ride breaks? What if the roller coaster goes off the tracks? Like what happened? What if? Everyone always thinks that, but this actually happened.
Moments later, the drop sequence began. As the ride decelerated near the bottom, the sudden force caused Tyre to slip through the unusually large gap created by the adjusted restraint. Witnesses
Whoa.
reported seeing him fall approximately 70 feet while the ride was still
Oh.
braking. He struck the pavement beneath the attraction and was pronounced dead at the scene.
Oh,
Before we continue with the next incident, let me tell you something that caught my attention recently. I kept hearing very mixed things
is
about
this
this
a
game.
sponsor? Bro, Raid Shadow Legend Boy, get the hell out of here. I can't even lie. I did hella sponsorships with them too, but hey, we're not here for sponsors. We're here for roller coasters.
Ohio Oktoberfest.
Ohio, October. Okay, of course. This is in Ohio.
On June 9th,
All right, let's see.
1991, thousands of visitors filled Kings Island Amusement Park in Mason, Ohio.
Bro, there's a place called Mason, Ohio. Who the hell thought of that name? Like, I bet there was somebody named Mason that was just like, oh, this is my town. That's so
It was
stupid.
a warm Sunday evening in the Oktoberfest section of the park. Near the German beer garden, a decorative pond sat surrounded by rope barriers. The pond contained a submerged aerator pump that kept the water moving. Around
Huh?
9 p.m., 22-year-old Timothy Binning
Bro, he looks just like me. What the hell?
approached the pond. For reasons never fully explained, he touched the water. An electrical current shot through his body. The pump's
Whoa.
wiring had failed, and there was no ground fault circuit breaker to prevent electrocution. The jolt knocked Binning unconscious, and he tumbled over the railing into the electrified water. His friend, 20-year-old William Haithcote,
Don't touch him. What the hell was his name?
his friend, 20-year-old William Haithcote,
Oh, I thought it said Haithcock. I was about to say, Haithcote is still weird. Don't touch him, though.
immediately jumped in to save him.
No!
The moment Haithcote entered the water, He was electrocuted. 20-year-old park security guard Daryl Robertson saw what was happening and rushed to help. He dove into the pond and was killed instantly.
Bro, oh my God. See, that's the thing, bro. If you see someone floating in water, you're like, oh snap, they're drowning. So you're gonna run in and dive in after them. But this is actually so tragic, bro. Because it's a small pond. Like,
Binning survived with burns on his arm and neck. Heathcote and Robertson did not.
Wow. The people who tried to save the guy ended up dying, but the guy they were trying to save ended up surviving. That's so
An hour later, another tragedy struck the park. 32-year-old.
An hour later, another tragedy happened at this park? We gotta shut this place down. If you ever go to Mason, Ohio, we need to revoke that place, bro. I'm gonna do some research after this. What the hell happened? Let's figure out what else happened. Did somebody else jump in this damn electrocution water? They think it's a ride. Are y'all that thirsty? You've been standing in line for 2 hours. You get out and you're like, oh, water. You go drink it.
The park. 32-year-old Candy Taylor from Toledo was riding the Flight Commander, a spinning aerial ride where passengers could control their own capsule. Her blood alcohol level was 0.30%. As the ride spun, she passed out while her capsule was upside down. State investigators later discovered a design flaw in the restraints that allowed limp patrons to slip through the harness. Taylor fell 60 feet to her death. Kings Island fined $23,500 for the electrocutions. The day became known as Black Sunday.
Bro, what? So you're telling me these guys jumped into this electrocuted water and then they ended up dying or whatever, and then an hour later, somebody fell off of this ride? You gotta shut the whole park down, bro. And it said they were only fined $23,000. Huh? I don't know why anybody would show up to that damn park.
August 31st,
after they
2005, 45-year-old Barbara Brady,
bro, that looks like my mom, bro. That's what my mom looks like.
Arrived at Adventureland Amusement Park in East Farmingdale, New York. She was a resident of Central Manor Home for Adults and had come to the park with 24 other residents and 5
They have a home for adults? What the hell is that? Isn't that just a normal home?
chaperones for a day of fun.
A
Around
normal apartment?
12:40 p.m., Brady boarded the Top Scan ride with one of her chaperones. The Top Scan featured 6 free rotating gondolas that spun riders in multiple directions, including upside down. A horseshoe-shaped harness was lowered over her shoulders and around her chest. A park employee checked the control panel. A green light indicated all restraints were secure. The operator started the ride. As the gondolas began spinning violently in all directions, something went wrong. Brady's harness failed. She was flung from her seat at high speed, her body sailing over a 20-foot wall on the northern edge of the park. She crashed through the windshield of a car in the adjacent parking lot. Brady was pronounced dead at Middle Island Hospital Medical Center.
She got flung from a freaking roller coaster into someone's car. Oh my God. Imagine you're going to this Adventureland, you're partying, you're having fun with your family, y'all. Oh yeah, and the day's over and you go back to your car and there's a dead person in your car.
Accident came just 2 days after a park employee had been killed by a roller coaster at the same park. It was the second fatality at Adventureland in 3 days after 43 years of fatality-free operation. The Top Scan lacked seatbelts that other versions of the ride had installed. The Dreamworld tragedy. On October 25th, 2016, 4 adults and 2 children climbed into a circular raft at Dreamworld theme park on Australia's Gold Coast.
That looks fun.
They were about to ride Thunder River Rapids, a water ride that had operated safely for 30 years.
I went here, actually.
The ride simulated whitewater rafting, with rafts floating along a channel propelled by 2 large water pumps.
Y'all probably think I'm lying. I'm not lying. I actually was in Gold Coast, Australia last year, and I went to this Dreamworld.
A conveyor belt lifted rafts back up to the unloading platform. Earlier that day, the ride had broken down twice. At 2:04 p.m., one of the pumps failed again, causing the water level to drop rapidly.
I think I heard about this. I think I might have heard about this. Maybe it's a different incident. Hopefully not, but let's see.
The raft became stranded on the conveyor belt, where the water was too shallow for it to float free. Operators failed to shut down the conveyor. The raft carrying the 6 passengers collided with the stranded raft at the base of the conveyor. The conveyor kept moving. The occupied raft was pushed upward, then flipped vertically. The 2 children, ages 10 and 13, managed to climb free. Kate Goodchild, her brother Luke Dorset, his partner Rusby Arraghi, and New Zealand tourist Cindy Lowe were either trapped in the raft or ejected into the machinery beneath. All 4 died from crush and compression injuries. First responders described the scene as one of the most horrific they had ever witnessed. Dreamworld was fined $3.6 million Australian dollars. The ride was demolished the following year. The Haunted Castle incident.
It was demolished, but they rebuilt it because I literally rode on it last year.
On May 11th, 1984, a group of teenagers from New York City arrived at Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey. Among them were 5 seniors from Franklin K. Lane High School. They entered the Haunted Castle, a walk-through horror attraction built from connected aluminum trailers.
Oh, I've been in one of these. It's like a scary castle, and you walk through, and there's people around every corner saying, "Ah!" with like fake chainsaws and stuff. Yeah, I've been through this. They try to scare you, but you got to act tough, especially when you're with the girls.
With walls lined in flammable foam padding. At 6:35 p.m.
I heard about this one too. Oh my gosh, this is actually tragic, bro. I got to hear about this again because I forgot a lot about it. A 14-year-old
boy used a cigarette lighter to illuminate a dark corridor where a strobe light had malfunctioned.
Bad
the flame
idea.
touched a foam rubber wall pad. The fire spread instantly through the black painted timber
Bad
structure.
Idea,
29 people were inside. The attraction had no sprinklers, no smoke alarms, no emergency lighting, and no...
This dude was so scared that he lit a little candle or whatever, and then it got on fire. See, fire is nothing to be messed with, especially if you're near a bunch of flammable stuff. They always tell you that in school. They're like, oh, don't light fires near flammable stuff. You know, and you always hear flammable. But dude, it's serious because fire just spreads like that.
Marked exits. Most visitors saw the smoke and ran toward the entrance. 9 teenagers ran deeper into the maze, believing the smoke was part of the show.
Oh my God, bro. The whole thing was burning and they were like, oh, dude, this is cool. Look at the fire over there, bro. That's scary. And they're just walking towards it and it's smoking and they're like, oh, this is the scariest. Come on,
They realized
dude.
their mistake. They tried to find their way out in pitch darkness. They became trapped at the end of a corridor, pressing their faces against an air conditioning vent, trying to breathe. 7 of them were found huddled together in front of a chain door they thought was an exit. It was actually a closet. 8 teenagers died of carbon monoxide poisoning and smoke inhalation. Their bodies were so badly burned that firefighters initially mistook them for mannequins.
Oh, man. They thought it was a mannequin, a scary fake mannequin.
The park remained open that evening, and a scheduled concert went ahead.
They still did a concert.
Six Flags was acquitted of manslaughter charges. The families settled for $2.5 million each.
Well, at least now you can go buy a new car or something. Have fun with the
Splash
money.
Canyon incident. On May 9th, 2017, 11-year-old Eva Janeth was on a school trip from Jamia Girls Academy in
Wait, hold on.
Ahead, $1 million.
He showed, hold on.
Splash Canyon.
The Splash Canyon incident. This shows one of those like easy rides. Like whenever you get on one of these rides, you don't think like, oh, I hope I don't fall off or hope I don't die. You know, you don't get scared of these rides. Don't tell me somebody died on an easy kid ride. How is that possible?
Incident. On May 9th, 2017,
How is that possible?
11-year-old Eva Janeth was on a school trip from Jamia Girls Academy in Leicester to Drayton Manor Theme Park in Staffordshire, England. She could not swim. Around 2 p.m.,
she boarded
the Splash Canyon River Rapids ride with 4 friends. No teacher accompanied them. The boat was a circular vessel carrying 6 passengers through fast-flowing water.
You're not supposed to fall out of that ride, though.
During the ride, Eva and her friends repeatedly stood up and reached into the water despite warning signs.
All right.
When the boat struck a barrier, Eva was standing. The impact propelled her out of the vessel. She fell headfirst into water that was up to her thighs.
Down.
She appeared uninjured and began wading toward the exit platform, trying to get back to her friends. A bystander shouted for her to stop. Eva kept walking. She tried to climb the ride's wooden travelator, but it was covered in algae and slippery.
What is she doing?
She fell off the side into much deeper water. Ride operators were not watching. The CCTV system only covered half the course. 11 minutes passed before staff were alerted. By the time they found her face down in the water, 6 more minutes had passed. She drowned. Drayton Manor was fined £1 million for safety failings. The fine was never paid because the company had entered administration. The ghost train incident. On June 9th, 1979,
Holy cow, look at that picture.
Administration.
Hold on.
The ghost train incident.
What? The ghost train incident? What the hell is that? This is going to be
On
crazy.
June 9th, 1979, John Godson brought his 2 sons, Damien 6 and Craig 4.
Who names a kid Craig? A little kid named Craig? That just doesn't make sense.
To Luna Park.
That's like naming a little kid Mark. Like, no, Mark is an old name. Naming a little kid Bob. Come on.
Sydney, Australia. His wife Jennifer left the line to buy ice cream while John took the boys onto the ghost train ride. The attraction had been operating since the park opened in 1935. Cars traveled along a 590-foot electric track through a pitch-black tunnel filled with skeletons, monsters, and special effects. At 10:15 p.m.
Wait, they're on like a baby ride. Like I've been on one of these where you go through and there's like scary little monsters and you look. It's for little kids. Don't tell me they died on a kid ride.
A fire broke out somewhere inside the ride. The exact cause was never determined. The structure was built entirely of black painted timber with no sprinkler system. A
It's
design
over.
consultant had recommended installing sprinklers 18 months earlier. The recommendation was ignored. Some passengers smelled smoke but assumed it was part of the experience.
See,
By
that
the time flames
sucks.
became visible, escape was nearly impossible. The tunnel was a maze designed to disorient riders. There was no emergency lighting.
This is like a maze ride, so you don't even know where to go.
It took firefighters more than 6 hours to recover 7 bodies from the debris. John
6
Godson
hours?
was found with his
6 hours to get 7 bodies.
arms wrapped around his 2 sons. 4 students from Waverly College, all between 12 and 13 years old, also perished.
Wait, how are they in college if they're 14 years old?
Jennifer Godson lost her husband and both children while waiting with melting ice cream cones. A coroner ruled the deaths accidental, but found Luna Park had failed in its duty of care.
Bro, this lady went to go get ice cream while her 2 sons and her husband were going to go on this little ride for 2 minutes. She's waiting with the ice cream, ready to give them the ice cream because she spent $20 on the ice cream because it's overpriced at the damn amusement park. And they never came out.
No criminal charges were filed.
I wonder
Missing
if she
Bolt's
ate the
tragedy.
ice cream.
On
She ate
September
their ice
5th,
cream.
2003, 22-year-old Marcelo Torres
What is that haircut, bro? I know I got some long, busted hair right now, dude. Should I get a haircut? Let me know if I should get a haircut or if I should just leave it long. I think I'm just going to leave it long. I'm just going to let it flow.
visited Disneyland in Anaheim, California with his best friend. They boarded Big Thunder
Whoa,
Mountain
his
Railroad
best
and a
friend
freight-
got the worst. I thought I was making. I thought this guy had the worst hair, but golly, look at his. Damn, what is that? Looks like the dude from Lanky Box. He's got some cool hair though. It's pretty.
They
cool.
boarded Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, a mine train roller coaster that had operated safely since 1979. The ride
Damn.
featured trains that looked like old locomotives racing through fake rock formations themed after the American Southwest. Around 11 a.m., their train entered a tunnel on an uphill grade. Unknown to anyone, fasteners on the locomotive's left guide wheel assembly had not been properly tightened.
This dude said, "What? Fasteners on the locomotive's left wheel assembly?" That's too many big words, bro. You got to know that I'm not that smart.
During recent maintenance.
Whatever
The
that
loose
means. let me
axle
know.
dropped and jammed against a brake section inside the tunnel. The rear of the locomotive shot upward, hitting the tunnel ceiling. The tow bar connecting the locomotive to the first passenger car snapped. Torres was sitting in the first passenger car. It slammed into the underside of the airborne locomotive. He suffered severe blunt force trauma to his chest, fracturing his ribs and lacerating his lungs.
Oh!
10 other passengers were injured. First responders took an hour to remove everyone from the tunnel. Torres died of blood loss. Disney admitted the accident was caused by maintenance workers who failed to properly secure the wheel assembly. The company settled with Torres' family for an undisclosed amount. Part of the settlement established a memorial scholarship in his name.
Wow.
Falling from Space.
Nice.
On
Huh?
June 29, 2010, visitors at Overseas Chinese Town East Theme Park in Shenzhen,
Chinese?
China, lined up for space.
China has freaking theme parks, bro. What? I did not know they
a
had
ride
theme
that
parks.
simulated the experience of a rocket launch.
See, yeah, these people in China, they just like their extreme stuff. A ride that mimics a space launch.
12 four-person cabins were attached to a central tower. During operation, the cabins would rise 50 feet while spinning at high speed, giving passengers the sensation of doubled gravity. At 4:45 p.m., approximately 40 people were strapped into the ride. The cabins
Hey,
began
buddy.
to rise and spin. Witnesses waiting in line reported smelling burning electronics. Then the power cut out. An explosion followed. Cabin number 5 had lost a bolt. The cabin broke free from the spinning mechanism and slammed into
no.
other cabins. Several cabins crashed
Oh.
50 feet down onto a platform
Multiple
below.
cabins
Passengers
fell?
were thrown from their seats. 6 people were killed. 10 others were injured, including several with fractured bones and amputated fingers. It was
Oh
one of
my
the deadliest
God,
theme
bro.
park accidents in Chinese
believe
history.
that, bro?
Investigators determined a mechanical problem caused the cabin to dislodge, though the exact cause was never publicly disclosed. 11 people, including operators, maintenance workers, and managers, were detained for questioning. The park had passed a government safety inspection 3 months earlier, the Action River incident.
All right, the
On
action. Wait.
It's a government safety
Don't
inspection
tell me
3
somebody
months
died in
earlier.
a lazy river.
The Action
Y'all know what this is? This is a lazy river, right? Like one of those like things at the amusement park where it just flows slowly and you just chill. How the hell do you die in there? I've seen people who have been sleeping in lazy rivers, but maybe. Oh, I've never seen someone who was dead in a lazy river, but maybe the people who I saw that were sleeping on the raft, like maybe they were dead.
River incident. On July 16, 2017, 58-year-old Michael Stone arrived at Aquatica Water Park in Orlando, Florida. He was a resident of Jadade Personal Care Home in Savannah, Georgia, a
What?
facility that provided nursing care. Stone had a history of high blood pressure, strokes, and seizures. He was on vacation
Just
with
the seed
13
oil.
fellow residents and a certified nursing assistant. Around 2:50 p.m., Stone entered Roa's Rapids, an action river ride with fast-flowing water, swirling currents, and gushing geysers.
So he got into a lazy river, which is one of the most not scary and not dangerous things ever. Tell me how he died.
He wore a life vest, as
he had a life jacket on too. I was wondering, okay, maybe he drowned. He got a damn life jacket on. What could have happened to this old
required
man?
For shorter guests. The nursing assistant said he seemed alert and healthy. The group completed one lap together. On the second lap, the assistant looked back and realized Stone was no longer behind her. She climbed out of the water and heard a commotion. Lifeguards were clearing an area. Stone had been found face down in water just 3 feet deep, unconscious. Despite wearing a life vest, he had drowned. The medical examiner determined he had passed out, likely from a medical episode, and the vest could not keep his face above water. It was the second death in Roa's Rapids. A 68-year-old British
Somebody else died in that freaking lazy river? They need to rename it to Death River.
tourist had died the same way in 2010. The routine inspection. On September 14th, 2020.
2020, bro? People are still dying in theme parks, bro? I thought all these theme park deaths would have been like 1990, maybe 2000. 2020 was just like yesterday.
21-year-old Jacob Kaminsky reported to work at Icon Park in Orlando, Florida.
This is the same park as the first one with the guy who fell off, the 400-pound
the
guy?
maintenance employee for the Starflyer, a 450-foot-tall swing ride that spun 24 passengers at speeds of 45 miles per hour. Kaminsky had grown up obsessed with roller coasters, building toy versions in his basement as a child. He had worked construction on the Iron Gwazi roller coaster at Busch Gardens before landing his dream job inspecting rides. Around 7:40 a.m., before the park opened, Kaminsky climbed the Starflyer Tower to conduct a routine daily safety inspection. A coworker was climbing with him. Somewhere on the tower's interior, Kaminsky lost his grip. He fell backward approximately 40 to 60 feet, landing on an elevated platform below. Emergency responders found him lifeless. He was pronounced dead at Orlando Regional Medical Center. OSHA and the Orange County Sheriff's Office launched investigations. The Starflyer had no history of violations. Friends said Kaminsky had spent years trying to land a job in the amusement industry. A GoFundMe page raised money for his funeral expenses. Sucked into the pipe. On August 16th, 1985.
This is what we saw in the thumbnail. Somebody getting sucked into a pipe. Oh, I didn't think it was real. I thought I got clickbaited.
A 14-year-old boy visited a large waterslide amusement park near Ogden, Utah, with his younger brother and 2 friends. The park had opened the previous year, featuring 6 water slides that all drained into a single splash pool.
Cool.
The pool was 4 feet deep. Beneath the surface, 3 12-inch diameter pipes carried water to a pump house.
Dude, these pipes are 12 inches in diameter. So like 12 inches is like this big, right? What? No way somebody got sucked into it. Maybe the little kid.
Circulated to the top of the slides. The boy was hanging onto the pool edge, dangling his feet over the submerged opening of one of the drain pipes. Cast iron grates had originally covered the pipe inlets, but they kept falling off because the cement anchoring them had eroded. Park employees had simply removed the grates entirely. There were no backup safety features to prevent someone from entering the pipes. The boy let go of the edge and disappeared. The suction from the pump pulled him horizontally through 93 feet of pipe until his body lodged in a 90-degree vertical bend inside the pump house. Lifeguards were on duty but powerless to help. It took 15 minutes to locate him. Resuscitation attempts failed. The cause of death
93 feet. He got sucked in this pipe and he's like, "Ooh, is this a part of the ride?" And he's just 93 feet. You would have drowned by the time you got to the...
Investigators found the park performed no routine safety checks. It was one of the first water slide fatalities.
What's up, dummies? Today we're about to react to the worst water park deaths ever. So a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago, I don't even really know, I made a video reacting to the worst roller coaster accidents, and that was crazy. This is gonna be crazier. Let's check this out. Let's go. Bonsai pipeline incident.
1997, a celebratory day at Waterworld USA in Concord, California.
Okay, so this is in California.
The Bonsai pipeline was a 4-story water slide designed to safely carry a small number of riders at once.
That looks fun.
Built with fiberglass and steel supports, it had operated without incident since the park's opening. That afternoon, dozens of high school seniors from Napa High School arrived at the park for a year-end celebration. Around 2:30 p.m., approximately 30 seniors gathered at the top of the slide. Despite repeated warnings from lifeguards safeguards that the slide could only safely hold a few people, the students decided to attempt a class record by sliding down together simultaneously.
Wow.
As they crowded onto the slide, the combined weight exceeded 2,000 pounds.
That's stupid, bro. If the water park person's saying, bro, chill, only one person at a time, you gotta listen to him. I know it might sound fun to like go down with all your friends, but bro, 30 people going down a slide at once, that thing is gonna break. You're gonna die.
Beyond its design capacity, 17-year-old Quimby Galati joined her classmates on the overcrowded attraction. Moments after they began sliding, a terrifying cracking sound echoed through the park. A section of the slide's support structure gave way under the excessive weight. The fiberglass flume fractured completely, causing the entire section to collapse. Students plunged 30 feet to the concrete below. Screams filled the air as bodies fell in a chaotic tangle of limbs and broken slide fragments. Galati took the worst of the impact. First responders arrived quickly, but for Galati, it was already too late. She had suffered catastrophic head and neck injuries upon impact with the concrete. Despite frantic resuscitation attempts, she was pronounced dead at the scene. Dozens of her classmates suffered serious injuries, including broken bones, internal bleeding, and concussions. What began as a celebration became a lesson in the fatal consequences of ignoring safety warnings. Thunder River Rapids incident.
Yeah, bro, you gotta.
On October 25th, 2016, Dreamworld theme park in Queensland, Australia,
I've been there. I've actually been there.
Became the site of one of the country's worst amusement park disasters. The Thunder River Rapids ride was a family attraction that simulated a whitewater rafting experience. 6-person circular.
I've been on that. I've been on this.
Floated along a conveyor belt through artificial rapids.
What
the ride was considered one of the safest in the park, with a history of over 30 years of operation. At approximately 2:20 p.m., a critical water pump failed, causing water levels to drop dramatically within seconds. The sudden lack of water left one raft stranded on the conveyor belt near the unloading area. The automated system continued to operate, sending another raft toward the same location. The second raft, carrying 6 passengers, collided with the stranded one and became caught in the conveyor mechanism. The raft was lifted and pivoted to an almost vertical position. 4 adults, Cindy Lowe, Kate Goodchild, Luke Dorset, and Ruzi Aragi, were thrown into the machinery below. The metal components of the conveyor system and the mechanical gears created a deadly trap. Their bodies were caught between the raft and the conveyor belt's moving parts, causing catastrophic crushing injuries. Witnesses described hearing screaming that suddenly stopped. Park staff rushed to shut down the ride, but the mechanism took nearly a minute to fully stop. By then, all 4 victims had suffered fatal compressive trauma and asphyxiation. Medical examiners later confirmed that death occurred within seconds due to severe thoracic compression that made
So they got stuck in between the machine and it was just like, and they just, oh my.
breathing impossible.
I've been to this place. I went to Australia like a year ago. Not a year ago, but like maybe 9 months ago. I've been there.
2 children who remained in the raft survived only because their smaller size allowed them to avoid being pulled into the machinery. They watched helplessly as the adults died before their eyes. Volcano slide incident. On February 24, 2012, a maintenance oversight at the Daroma Aqua Park in Caldas Novas, Brazil, led to one of the most preventable water park tragedies on record. The volcano was a towering water attraction designed to look like an erupting mountain, with multiple slides winding down from the summit. That day, sections of the slide were undergoing routine maintenance, with several pipe segments removed for repair. 8-year-old Davy Lucas D. Miranda.
Don't tell me he decided to go down the slide while they were doing maintenance. They had it all blocked off and he was just like, oh, this is a cool slide, ha ha, and he goes down, just
arrived at the park with his family for what should have been a day of fun. While his parents were momentarily—
This looks fun, bro. They're eating hot dogs. You got the nice kiddie slides. Why is this 8-year-old kid going on a big slide, bro? He needs to get on these baby slides.
Distracted, Davey wandered away from the open attractions.
Oh my gosh.
Despite maintenance barriers that should have prevented access, he managed to climb the stairs leading to the partially dismantled volcano slide. No staff members were positioned to stop him. At the top, Davey entered one of the slide's tunnels and pushed off. For the first few seconds, the ride seemed normal as he slid down the enclosed tube. Then suddenly, he reached a section where the connecting pipes had been removed. There was nothing to contain his momentum. Davey plummeted 15 meters through open air, his body free-falling until it struck the concrete foundation below. Park visitors heard the impact and rushed to the scene. Davey was still breathing, but barely. His skull had fractured in multiple places, and he suffered severe internal injuries. Blood pooled around his small body as staff frantically called for emergency services. Despite being rushed to the hospital, the trauma was too severe. Davey's brain had suffered catastrophic hemorrhaging. He died 3 hours later without regaining consciousness. Park officials later admitted they had failed to secure the maintenance area properly, turning a simple repair job into a deadly trap.
So they took a part of the freaking They took a part of the freaking slide. So the slide's like, they took a part of it off. And this kid went down the slide. Oh my God. Imagine going down a slide and then you just fall out.
Activity pool incident.
Oh my gosh.
On August 6th, 2016, a crowded Saturday at the Wild Waves theme park in Federal Way, Washington became the setting for a drowning that went unnoticed for nearly 15 minutes. The activity pool
What? Somebody drowned for 15 minutes and nobody... Oh, this is crazy.
One of the park's most popular attractions. A 500,000-gallon pool with simulated waves and depths ranging from 3 to 10 feet.
Pool.
On busy days, hundreds of guests would pack the water, making it difficult for lifeguards to monitor everyone. Vijayarangan Srinivasan, a 32-year-old software engineer who had recently moved from India, was enjoying the pool with friends. As the wave machine activated, the already crowded conditions became more chaotic. At approximately 5:30 p.m., Srinivasan disappeared beneath the surface in the deepest section of the pool. The churning water and limited visibility meant no one immediately noticed his absence. What happened next was a catastrophic failure of oversight. Several children in the pool spotted a body on the bottom and repeatedly alerted a nearby lifeguard. According to witness statements, the lifeguard dismissed their concerns, assuming they were playing a prank. For nearly 15 minutes, Srinivasan remained submerged in 10 feet of water as hundreds of people swam above him. Medical experts later explained that drowning victims can experience consciousness for up to 2 minutes underwater. Srinivasan would have felt the burning sensation of water entering his lungs, followed by intense panic and pain as his body fought for oxygen. By the time another guest finally spotted and identified his body as real, brain death had already occurred. Despite being pulled from the water and receiving CPR, he was pronounced dead at the hospital. His body had been within sight the entire time, hidden in plain view beneath the feet of unaware...
Can you imagine, bro? Drowning is one of the craziest things ever. You're underwater and you're holding your breath. And then you need to take a breath because your body needs breath. So you breathe in and it's all water and you get water all in your lungs. Oh my gosh.
Indiana log incident.
What?
On October 23, 2007, Australia's Jamberoo Action Park became the scene of a devastating mechanical
What's
failure.
going on in
the Indiana
Australia,
log was
bro?
a popular flume-style ride that carried boat-shaped vehicles along a water channel.
I've been on one of these.
20-meter drop into a splash.
Like, have you all ever been on one of these where you're in like a log thing and you go down, you splash the water and it goes psh? These rides are never the scary ones. It's always like the big, huge roller coasters that are scary. So why did something go wrong on one of these baby slides? We gotta figure this out.
The attraction relied on powerful water pumps to maintain sufficient water volume for a safe descent. That day, the ride had been operating normally for hours. At approximately 1:15 p.m., a critical mechanical failure occurred in the main water pump system. The water level at the bottom of the final drop began to decrease rapidly. Park engineers were unaware of the malfunction, as there was no automated shutdown system linked to water level sensors. A logboat carrying 4 passengers, including a 35-year-old woman, had already begun its climb to the peak of the attraction. As the boat crested the top of the final drop, the passengers had no way of knowing what awaited them below. Instead of the
what would happen if the water was low on one of those slides where you go like psh, and you splash the water? Why would anything happen if the water was low? Wouldn't you just like psh, go down without any water? What would happen?
Deep cushion of water to slow their descent. They were about to plummet onto an almost dry concrete trough. The boat accelerated down the slide at approximately 45 miles per hour.
Oh, the water would slow them down. They'd be hitting water, so it'd slow down. But since there's no water, they're just shoom, that'd be fire.
Striking the nearly empty channel with devastating force. The impact shattered the fiberglass boat and ejected all passengers. The 35-year-old woman took the brunt of the collision, her head striking the concrete surface directly. The force caused immediate and catastrophic cranial trauma. Other passengers suffered serious injuries but remained conscious. They reported hearing a single crack, the sound of her skull fracturing, followed by silence. Park staff rushed to the scene and attempted CPR, but the woman's injuries were unsurvivable. She had suffered complete cerebral herniation from the impact. The brain trauma was so severe that she died within minutes, as the ride that was designed for fun became a deadly freefall.
That's the thing. So I didn't understand what was going to happen, but those water rides. What's up, dummies? So today's video is going to be pretty freaking creepy because we're going to react to the most disturbing things found on the internet. These are going to be internet rabbit holes that people somehow stumbled across and they were just like scarred for life. For example, the thumbnail. What the hell is it? Who is this guy? Why does he look like this? These are about to be so scary. Try not to get scared. Try not to pee yourself. Let's go. All right. The first one is Slave Master. What the heck is this? Okay. Maybe this is a creepy guy on the internet.
Year 2000, a chain message started spreading on AOL. It said if a guy by the name of Slave Master contacts you, do not answer. He has killed 56 women that he has talked to on the internet.
Okay, so if y'all don't know what AOL is, it used to be like a messaging app, kind of like Discord, like how we use Discord now or Snapchat. This was like the original messaging app. Apparently, somebody was sending messages saying if you get contacted by this Slave Master guy, he has killed 56 women. What the?
Most people ignored it. Chain messages were everywhere back then. And
nah, dude, if you ignore this, you're gonna end up dead, bro. Don't let...
Almost all of them were fake. Slave Master was the username of John Edward Robinson, a man from Kansas City who used AOL chat rooms to meet women. He would talk to them for weeks, gain their trust, then offer something they needed. A job, a place to stay, help with money. One of his victims was a 19-year-old named Lisa Stassi. John promised her a fresh start if she came to Kansas City. She did. He killed her in a hotel room.
Oh my gosh, dude, what?
Lisa had a 4-month-old daughter. John took the baby to his brother, told him she was an orphan, and charged him $5,500 in adoption fees.
Nah, bro, no. This guy met a lady online, murdered, and then took her baby, sold it to her brother, or his brother. What?
Met Sheila Faith the same way. Sheila had a 15-year-old daughter named Debbie who was in a wheelchair. John promised to pay for her surgery. All they had to do was come meet him.
Bro, don't go to Kansas City, bro.
No one saw them again. He kept this up for years. But in 2000, one of his targets went to the police. When they searched his property, they found oil drums. Inside was what was left of his victims. Some had been there over 10 years. After the arrest, people went back to that chain message. The one they had been deleting while he was still out there. It was real the whole time.
What the heck? So there was actually a guy just meeting people and murdering. Oh my gosh.
Luca Magnotta.
Okay, here's the next one. Why is this guy shown with kittens? Hopefully, okay, I have a feeling this is gonna be very creepy. Hopefully he was just hanging out with the kittens and playing with them and being very nice. Oh, I'm actually scared.
In 2010, a video showed up online of someone suffocating kittens. No face, no name.
What?
Just hands and a vacuum bag. A group of people on Facebook, led by a woman named Deanna Thompson, decided to find whoever did it. They started pulling apart every frame. The cigarette brand matched a Canadian label.
Okay, so there was a group of people who wanted to figure out who was doing this. Hopefully they found who was doing this because I love cats and that is so messed up.
They identified the vacuum model. GPS data and Google Street View narrowed down the location until they had a name. Luca Magnotta, a 27-year-old from Montreal. They went to the police. Nothing happened. The group kept watching him.
Really?
They tracked his social media. They flagged his posts. Magnotta found out about the group and started sending them messages under fake names. More videos appeared over the following months.
Oh my gosh.
Each one worse than the last. One member wrote that he was building up to killing someone. On May 25, 2012, a 10-minute video was uploaded to a gore site. It showed Magnotta killing and cutting apart a 33-year-old Concordia University student named Jun Lin. Days later, body parts were mailed to political parties and elementary schools across Canada. Magnotta fled the country.
This dude sent body parts to elementary schools?
Police tracked him through Paris and eventually found him in a Berlin internet cafe. He was sitting at a computer, reading the news coverage about himself. He was convicted of first-degree murder in 2014. But the people who had been tracking him for 2 years couldn't get past one thing. They had given police his name, his location, and their evidence before Jun Lin was killed. The group had been right about everything. Nobody listened.
Wow, that's true. That's true. So the group found out who this guy was. They knew he was going to do something bad. The police were like, we can't do anything about it. And then he did do something bad. And now they're like, what the heck? But good thing they captured this weird guy. Dang, I didn't know this video was going to be this creepy.
The Twitter killer.
The Twitter killer? Oh, man.
In Japan, there are online communities where people who want to end their lives connect with each other. In 2017, a Twitter account called Hanging Pro showed up in these spaces. The person behind it posted things like, I want to help people who are suffering. His real name was Takahiro Shiraishi. He was not there to help. He would find them through their posts, message them.
These people look normal. Like, this guy looks, I mean, okay, he doesn't really, now that I know that he's like a creep or whatever he's gonna do in this story, I kind of see it, but like, I feel like I would see him on the side of the road and be like, oh, like, normal guy. These people look like kind of normal, but they're not.
He would find them through their posts, message them, talk to them for days, then suggest they meet up. Between August and October of 2017, 9 people took him up on that offer. He killed all of them. The youngest was a 15-year-old girl named Aiko Tamura. Aiko's brother had access to her Twitter account. He tracked her last messages back to Hanging Pro and went to the police. When they checked security cameras near the meeting spot, they found footage of Aiko leaving a train station with a man she had never met before. That led them to Shiraishi's apartment. It was a single room, about 140 square feet. Police found it. Bro
lived in a 140 square foot apartment, bro. No wonder he was going crazy hurting people, bro. That's like torture, being in a small room like that, bro. You're broke.
8 coolers spread across it. His victims were inside, covered in cat litter.
No way. Did he just say, these coolers, I thought he had like food in here. It's all his victims mixed with cat litter. What the People at his local Walmart were probably like, bro, you're in for another box of cat litter? And he's like, yep, I have a lot of cats. They poop a lot. But little did they know, the freaking cashiers at his Walmart, little did they know he was buying this cat litter and mix it with his people's remains.
After the arrest, people found a thread on 2chan, a Japanese message board, posted months earlier. Someone had asked how to get rid of 110 pounds of meat. That number is the average weight of an adult woman in Japan. People in the thread gave real advice. One person suggested cat litter to cover the smell.
So this guy asked on a forum, he was like, how can I get rid of 110 pounds of meat? These people were just trying to be nice and think that he was trying to get rid of, like, you know, cow meat or whatever. Maybe it was like rotten pig meat and he wanted to get rid of it. They thought he was a farmer. No, he was asking about humans.
The person who posted the thread replied, "The freezer is already full and the blood has already been drained. The thread is still up. Anyone can read it."
Gosh.
John Lang prediction.
Okay, here's the next one.
On January 13th, 2016,
These are creepy.
a man in Fresno, California posted on Facebook, "If anything happens to me in the next day or two, it will be the result of Fresno PD." His name was
Fresno
John Lang.
Police Department.
3 days later, he posted a video on his YouTube channel, Lang Marine. It showed a van parked outside his house. He wrote underneath it, "If I turn up missing or dead tomorrow, remember this van."
Oh my gosh, so there was a van outside of this guy's house. Imagine a van being outside of your house and you're recording it and you're like, dude, something weird's gonna happen. And then you post on YouTube, "If I'm missing or I'm dead tomorrow, it was the people in this van." Let's see if it actually happened.
4 days after that, firefighters broke into his home. The house was on fire. Inside, they found Lang with stab wounds in his chest. Every door was locked from the inside. Lang was
That
a
means
Marine veteran
somebody-
who had been posting about the Fresno Police Department for years. It started when he found out officers were scanning license plates in store parking lots, then pulling drivers over a few blocks away, pretending it was a routine stop. He wrote about it online. After that, he said the police started watching him. He put up
Really?
security cameras around his house and uploaded what they recorded. Marked police cars sitting outside for long stretches. Unmarked vans driving past slowly.
So was this guy just panicking because he was in the war? Like a lot of people had PTSD, or were they actually trying to get this guy? Maybe he did some crazy stuff.
In one video, a van pulled up with what Lang said was a thermal camera pointed at his home, checking if he was inside. In the years after his death, Fresno became the first U.S. city to use software that tracked all citizens and gave them threat scores.
What?
Chief said anyone who protested against the department would be put in a database. Lang's YouTube channel is still up, 17 videos, all filmed from inside a house he never left.
Wow.
In 2018,
Okay, here's the next one.
YouTube
Who
from
is this?
inside a house he
Bro,
never
who
left
is
alive.
this guy? I'm creeped out already. Who is this dude? William Whitaker? Oh my gosh, he already looks creepy.
In 2018, a YouTube channel called Piper Rocks started getting attention. It looked like it was run by a young girl showing off her editing skills. She said she was 10, but the edits contained inappropriate jokes that did not match the age she claimed to be. People started looking closer. The girl in the videos was never the same person twice. Some clips were from TV shows. Others were stolen from small YouTube channels run by real kids. When the channel posted
Wait, don't tell me this old man was acting like a little girl.
a voiceover, the voice sounded wrong. It was an adult trying to sound like a child, pitched up in editing. In the comments, older men were hitting on who they thought was a little girl. When one found out she was 11, he replied, "In love, there is no age."
What?
A group on 4chan decided to investigate. They found the email tied to the channel, looked it up, and traced it back to a man named William Whitaker.
Whoa! This is what he, bro, looks like he's been living in the sea for a couple of years. Why was that the most HD
He'd been
picture?
arrested in 2002 in connection with illegal material involving minors. After that arrest, William started an unlicensed talent agency called Wizard Productions for child performers. He would bring kids to his home to record them singing and dancing, telling families the tapes would go to people in the music industry.
What?
He had no connections. Police shut it down in 2005, but he never went to prison for it. He moved to YouTube instead. For over 10 years, he ran channels pretending to be young girls. Some of his videos ended up on YouTube Kids. The Fortune Group put out a 33-page report with everything they found. William Whitaker died shortly after. He never faced any consequences. Smart Schoolboy 9.
What the okay, what is this? This is the thing I saw on the thumbnail. Who is this guy? What the This might be the creepiest part of the video. Lock in, guys. Put your seatbelts on.
20 years, a bunch of accounts on Instagram and Facebook have been pretending to be children. Names like TruthSticks11, Girl Chloe 12, and Smart Schoolboy 9. Each one claims to be run by a kid whose parents keep an eye on it. The photos are all edited the same way. Pale white faces, bright red lips, blue eyes, black high-heeled boots. Some claim to be boys.
Okay, I'm gonna do some editing right now. I'm gonna show actual pictures of the posts that were posted. So I'm gonna look up like Smart Schoolboy 9 actual pictures. I'm gonna show them. This is what this creepy looking person was posting on Instagram. I'm gonna try to show as much as I can because this guy didn't in the video.
They are all run by the same person. In
Really?
2024, YouTubers started investigating and traced the accounts to a man named David Alter, 59 years old, living in the UK. After his
What?
name got out,
He's
David Alter.
59? What is wrong with him? He's making Instagram accounts acting like little kids?
59 years old, living in the UK. After his name got out, a former police officer from Doncaster came forward. He said he had been dealing with Alter since the early 2000s. Back then, Alter would cover his face in white makeup, put on a school uniform, and walk onto school grounds.
What?
Police had to remove him at least once a week. The officer said he genuinely believed he was a pupil at the school.
What the? So this grown man would dress up as a kid, go to kids' playgrounds, and play with kids at the playground.
He could no longer get into schools. Alter started reaching out by mail.
Oh
He
my
sent
gosh.
handwritten letters and poems to children's groups under a fake name.
How do you get banned from a school, bro? If you get banned from a school, you got problems.
An 11-year-old girl called Stephanie. One was printed in a local newspaper with a bio that said Stephanie was a real child. On several of his accounts, Alter called out other users for being predators who stalk children. Those users
But
turned out to
he
be his own
literally
accounts.
did it.
In one post, he described someone who wanted to cannibalize and kill kids. He was describing himself. Every
What? He would be hating on other accounts? He would be saying like, you want to kill kids, but he's talking to his other accounts?
time his accounts get taken down, new ones show up.
Dude, this guy, what happened to this guy?
Calm.
They didn't even say what happened to this guy. What? Okay, I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to do some more research. If y'all know in the comments what happened to this smart schoolboy guy, David Alter, let me know. That's insane. Okay, here's the next one. The Target letters. I don't know what this is, but hopefully it's not as creepy as
In
the other one.
2023, employees at Target stores across the country started finding strange letters in their P.O. boxes. Each one opened the same way, praising Target products, Speedo swim goggles, bottles of Mountain Dew.
What?
Then the letters would shift into something else. They described a young woman, always by first name, vigorously paddling a kayak down a specific river. The letters came with photos. One was a pair of goggles, the same ones from the letter. The other was a
What?
red Toyota Matrix at what looked like an auto show. People who looked up the
What's going
car
on here?
found the exact model sitting in a junkyard in California. Most people assumed the letters came from someone who was mentally unwell.
I mean, yeah, it's gotta be, bro. Imagine you get a letter sent to your house and it's like, hey, it's Sarah. I just went to the river and I paddled down a couple things with my kayak and my goggles. Hey, nice to see you. Like, you'd be like, who the hell are you? You know what I mean?
Then people started searching the names. Sarah, paddling the Hiwassee River in Tennessee. A woman named Sarah Michelle Phillips, 22, went missing in Tennessee in 2019.
Ah.
Her body was found later that year.
Oh my God, bro. What?
Sarah again, this time the Susquehanna River in Pennsylvania. Sarah Ray Bowen, 14, went missing in Pennsylvania in
Wait, so there's multiple
1994.
different girls named Sarah that went missing on the river. And then wait, what?
Her body was found months later.
Oh my gosh.
Ashley, paddling Cabotogama Lake in Minnesota.
Another girl?
Ashley Lynn Carlson, 33, went missing in Minnesota in
Oh my
2021.
gosh.
Found dead 2 months later.
What? So what does this have to do with the Target thing? Because remember the story started off with people like Target stores, like the department store, they're getting messages or they're getting email or not even emails, they're getting mail from somebody talking about these people in the what?
Stephanie, paddling the Tuckasegee River in North Carolina. Stephanie Lynn Lewis went missing in North Carolina in 2004.
don't tell me.
She has never been found.
Oh my
4
gosh.
names, 4 rivers, 4 missing women, all unsolved.
So what
The
is
letters
this?
have no return address. The handwriting is the same in everyone. Police haven't done much about it. As of 2025, new letters are still showing up.
What? So why don't the police track where these letters are coming from? They're going to be able to find out what happened to these girls that literally went missing.
The Daily Capper.
Okay, what is that?
In 2010, a weekly show started appearing on YouTube. It was made to look like a children's news program with a cartoon
This is
host
gonna be
and a
creepy.
text-to-speech voice reading the headlines. The show was called The Daily Capper. It covered the world of capping, where people go into live streams of kids, pressure them into doing something on camera,
What?
and use the recordings as blackmail. The
What?
show reported the best caps of the week and who was doing the blackmailing. Every year it held an awards ceremony. One of the categories was Blackmailer of the Year. The
What?
2010 winner was crowned for tormenting a young girl named Peyton. On December 19th, 2010, the
Right
show
before
aired a
Christmas?
segment about a new target, a 13-year-old girl named Amanda Todd. They
Oh
said she
my
was getting a lot of
gosh.
attention in the capping community.
Bro, I think I heard about Amanda
On January 4th, 2011, Amanda left a comment under that video. She wrote, "It's Amanda here. I'm getting blackmailed, and the cops are out looking for the guy. Nothing changed." On October 10th, 2012, Amanda was gone. After her death, the hacking group Anonymous tried to find the person who had been blackmailing her. They named someone. It was the wrong person. The real predator was a 44-year-old man from the Netherlands who had been running nearly 100 fake Facebook accounts to target kids.
What's up, dummies? So we're about to react to 8 most disturbing things caught on dashcam footage. This video has 21 million views, and look at this. Apparently somebody caught on their dashcam a guy who parked in the middle of the road and was coming up to them with a freaking bat, about to probably kill them. This is gonna be insane. Some creepy things that people captured on their car's dashcam. Try not to get scared. Let's go. Okay, here's the intro. Most disturbing things caught on dashcam footage. I am actually
His first dashcam video was captured in Australia. Two men in a Mercedes are driving down the highway when, through their rear dashcam, a car is quickly approaching.
Somebody's coming really quick.
It then swerves around the two guys before getting in front of them and slamming on the brakes.
Oh, this is weird.
Clearly trying to run them off the road.
This is weird.
But what first could be written off as road rage soon takes a more serious and disturbing turn. The two men notice the driver has an axe and is now waving it out his window and threatening them.
What the heck? Somebody pulled in front of them and there's like, they're threatening them with an axe. What? And the creepy thing about this is I've actually been here. I've been to Australia. This didn't happen to me, thankfully, but what the?
Oh, he's got an axe, dude.
Oh, look at this.
What are you doing? Oh. Keep distance, bro.
Oh my gosh. What are they doing? Like, what are you supposed to do in this situation? Do you like start driving away? No, they're just gonna chase you and hit you. Do you stop? No, they're gonna get out of the car. Like, what do? You really would hope that there was a cop somewhere around here. Also, this looks like GTA 5 next to North Yankton, or that military base or whatever. I just noticed. What is this guy doing though? He's telling him to pull over. Okay, now he's driving away, but this guy's chasing him. Now he's trying to hit him. He's trying to hit him. Yeah, you gotta call the cops.
An unexpected encounter forces the two men to take a quick U-turn to lose the guy, but he continues to follow them. The situation is then taken even further when the two use the next exit and approach a roundabout.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh, he's about to hit them. Look at the, good thing we have the rear view camera right there so we can see all angles of this creepy guy with an axe. Oh my god, dude.
Holy.
Yeah, good thing he has a dash cam. Good thing he has a dash cam, bro, because if this happened to me, I don't have a dash cam. My car's old. I drive an old car. Bro, I'd be like, man, what the? You got no proof that he hit you, you know what I mean? Look at this. Like, this is creepy because... Oh, he's gonna hit him again. Yep, he's gonna hit him again.
Oh my god.
Dude, what is this guy doing?
Two times the Mercedes is rear-ended, the second of which causes the attacker to spin out, sending him off the road.
Like, what is he doing this for? I'm pretty sure we're gonna figure it out, like, at the end of this clip or whatever. But, like, what are you doing this for? And what do you do? Like, you just have to keep on driving while trying to call the cops while you're driving. Like, it's illegal to be on your phone while you're driving, but you have to, because, like, you're just like, and then you try not to crash yourself. This is a crazy situation.
This allowed the two guys to get away. They would then drive to the nearest police station where they would report what had just happened. When police arrived at the scene of the crash, the car was gone. However, a few hours later, they would find the vehicle on the road, and from there, the driver was arrested.
Ooh, they arrested him.
Later, the owner of the dashcam footage would give the video more context. Apparently, the driver chasing them, for whatever reason, was 100% convinced they had robbed his house the night before.
What?
But obviously, this wasn't the case. The two guys had never before even seen the man.
Yeah.
It was determined that he was under the influence of something.
Yeah.
He would be charged with multiple offenses.
Oh, the thing is that I just realized, in Australia, you drive on the right side of the car. So it seems like he's in the passenger seat right now, but no, he was actually driving, because you drive on the right side in Australia. I was doing that too when I had a rental car there. It was insane. It was weird to drive on the right side. But yeah, this guy's driving while swinging an axe, which makes this even crazier.
Which put him in prison for 2 years.
Prison for 2 years. Wow. Okay, here's the next clip. These are just gonna get scarier and scarier, by the way.
In August of 2018, Justin Bilton and his 70-year-old father were camping at Glacier National Park in Montana.
What the hell's going on? Volcano?
They had only been in the park for 3 hours when they were informed of an immediate evacuation of the area. A forest fire ignited by lightning the previous night had gotten too far out of control. However, by the time they got the evacuation notice, unknown to them, the only road out of the park had already been engulfed by the fire.
Oh my God, the only road out of the park is already engulfed in flame. What do you do in that situation? Do you just drive through and hope that there's only a little bit of fire blocking the road? Or do you just, because what if you, like, where are you supposed to go? You know what I mean? If you keep going, do you get lit on fire? Or will your car explode because of the gas in the tank? This is crazy to think about. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, like, you think?
What? Dad, what if the car blows up?
That's what I'm saying. Bro, that's insane. He said, Dad, what if the car blows up? And he said, well, then we're dead. Wow, what do you do in this situation? Do you just wait and wait for the fire to just kill you? Or do you just book it like 100 miles per hour through?
Dad, this is insane.
I know. We don't want to get trapped in here.
Right.
Easy, easy.
Oh my
God. We're good, we're good. Slow down, slow down. Big rut here. Just slow down. We're out of that fire.
We're not out of the bed, Dad. We're not out.
Oh, man.
We're good, though.
Wow.
What?
Wow. Oh, you just gotta drive right through it.
Easy,
Oh.
easy. Can't see. Just go easy now. Easy.
Dad, the car's heating up. It's gonna explode.
Oh my God.
Dad, what if a tree falls on us?
You're good, bro.
Please, God, help us.
Wow, this is creepy.
Good. You're doing good.
This is actually so creepy right now.
Dad, we can't get out.
I'm getting out. You can't drive backwards. I can
Yeah.
get that out of the road. We get gloves.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you can't go backwards.
Dad, we gotta get out of here.
You can't go
A
backwards.
fallen tree is seen directly in the middle of the road,
Oh, there was a tree in front.
trapping them inside the park. They had nowhere to go but back, so they ended up reversing through everything they had just went through. When they reached their campsite, they abandoned their car and desperately started running towards a nearby lake.
Oh, true. Yeah. Get rid of the car and just try to run your way. Because you can, like, jump over the fire, I guess, but you can't really drive your car through the fire. You know what I mean? So you're just going to have to say, forget the car, bro.
By some miracle, there they would find 2 park employees in a boat on the shore of the lake.
Wow.
Justin and his father were rescued and taken to safety, leaving everything but this horrifying footage behind.
That is actually so creepy. So they had to leave the car, but they actually survived. That's creepy to think about if you were in
This
that
dash cam
situation.
footage shows the armed robbery of a cab driver.
Oh, man.
The driver, Ralph Valletta, had just started his shift. This was his first ride of the day.
No
He
way.
was stopped at a light, and the rider can be seen in the back slouched down.
So this is a cab, like a taxi cab driver. His first drive of the day, and he gets robbed.
But abruptly, he sits up and demands Ralph give him everything
Isn't
he
there a
had.
cop in the back? Look, wait. He's trying to rob this guy. There's a cop right behind him. This is a stupid robber.
Down. But abruptly, he sits up and demands
Look
Ralph give him
behind
everything
you.
he has.
This is a robbery, man. Hey. Give me all your money, man. Man, I don't. Give me everything you got. Give me it now. All right. I need it now. All right. We can make this the easy way, or we can make this the hard way, man. Everything I got, man. Keep your hand where I can see him. I just started. What else you got? I just started. Let me see your wallet. Let me see your. I don't have anything in my wallet. We can do this the hard way, or we can do this the easy way, man.
This is messed
Let me see
up.
your wallet, and let me see your phone. I need it all right now. If you don't want to die, man.
Oh my God.
Okay. Give it all to me now. Okay.
Unbeknownst to the rider, a police cruiser was stopped
Yup.
at the same light directly behind them. At some point during the robbery, the light to the lane they were in had turned green, and seeing that they weren't moving, the officer put on his lights and got out to investigate.
Don't have anything in my wallet. I don't carry your wallet and your phone. I need your wallet. And... No, please don't
Oh my
put my
God.
phone. I need that from a. There's a cop behind us. There's a cop behind us.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He got him. Wow.
Almost immediately,
Wow.
the officer would realize that a robbery was taking place.
Right in front of him.
So, in response, he would order the rider out of the car, where he would then be detained.
Wow.
The rider was arrested and later charged with multiple offenses.
Wow. That is a creepy dude. This has been 3 for 3 so far, or 4 for 4. I don't know how many we've seen. These have been crazy so far, bro. These are actually super disturbing.
In April of
Wow.
2021, a man named Mitch Kuhn was driving on the highway back from work when he saw this.
Whoa.
A child that looks to be wearing
What
a
the-
large jacket, or that's possibly wrapped in a blanket, begins walking out in the middle
What
of
the-
the highway, just
Get out of
barely
the
missing Mitch's
road!
truck. Mitch was towing a trailer and felt that if he abruptly stopped, it would cause an accident. So instead, he opted to call the police,
Bro-
reporting an unattended child walking on the
Bro
highway.
didn't even stop. Didn't even call the
Police
cop.
assured Mitch that they'd send out patrol units immediately.
Hopefully
An hour later, Mitch called again for a follow-up, as well as to offer the footage he had caught on his dash cam. But he was told that it wouldn't be necessary, as the child had been collected safely and was on his way home. However, strangely, police would later state that no child was found, despite officers searching the area until 3:45 a.m.
Wait, what?
Additionally, they would claim that at no point did they tell Mitch that they had found the child. The next morning, multiple volunteers commenced the search of the area, but no child was ever found, and therefore the search eventually ended.
They never
found At the time the footage was captured, there were no reports of a missing child in the area.
So, do you guys think this is paranormal? This could be a ghost?
It remains unknown who exactly was captured in this video.
Oh my gosh, that's actually a little kid, bro. It kind of looks weird. Oh, okay, I think I see a face right here, like an ear and a forehead and a bun on top of the head with like a blanket. This has got to be like a 6-year-old kid. They never found out who this was. That's creepy!
This dashcam footage was captured in the streets of Taiwan. Right away, it's clear the video takes place in the midst of a storm.
Yeah.
A storm where the winds are strong enough to throw around debris. At one point, debris is even seen flying against the windshield. But little did the drivers know that an actual tornado was forming right behind them.
Oh my God.
Heading in their direction.
Yo, this is gonna show a live tornado. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The tornado. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Nobody was hurt, by the way, YouTube.
The dashcam
everyone's okay.
captures the exact moment the tornado went directly through them. It was even strong enough to lift vehicles off the ground, which can actually be seen with the white van that pulls out onto the road.
Yeah, nobody was hurt. The vehicle just moved a little bit, YouTube.
Ground, and it begins to get full-on dragged by the tornado, seemingly disappearing. But once the tornado passes, it can be seen much further down the road, wedged in between 2 trees.
Nobody's
More
hurt.
concerning, however, is the person that gets thrown by the tornado on the right side of the road.
They weren't hurt.
Unfortunately, the storm would go on to produce further damage in the form of 50 inches of rain that would cause multiple deadly landslides.
50 inches is huge. A lot of rain. All right, here's the next one.
This video was taken in Russia. It shows the dashcam footage of a man driving down a desolate and long stretch of dirt road.
The thumbnail, remember this?
Then, up ahead is a car parked in such a way so as to block traffic. 2 men with baseball bats begin walking up to the driver, and that's when it becomes clear that this is a robbery, and the parked car was an intentional makeshift roadblock.
Bro, run him over!
The driver tries to escape, but the 2 men get in the way and do their best to prevent it.
Run him over! Bro, run him over! I'm running someone over if they're trying to rob me with a bat. Now, if they had a gun, probably like it's harder, but they have a bat. Just run him over.
Fortunately, the driver had a window of opportunity and took advantage.
Ooh, yeah.
Slammed on the gas and was able to get away unscathed.
Good job. Yep.
Then drove around the roadblock and was free.
That's a horrible roadblock. Good job, dummies.
It's unknown if the 2 men with baseball bats were ever caught.
Really? So they probably did this to someone else too. That's so creepy, bro.
In late November of 2015, a large catastrophic bushfire broke out in South Australia.
Look at how dark that is.
This dashcam footage was captured by one of the fire trucks responding.
Wait, this is my birthday, bro. November 25th. Look at that. 2015. What? This was on my birthday in Australia.
Right from the start of the video, enormous smoke clouds are shown, depicting just how large the fire had gotten.
Wow.
As the trucks continue forward, visibility gradually worsens. It gets so bad to where the fire trucks are forced to stop.
Oh my God, look how dark it is. It's the middle of the day too. It says it's 13 o'clock, which is 1 p.m. Like it's literally 1 p.m. in Australia in this video. And look at how dark it is. It's literally smoke covering the whole area.
In the distance,
oh my gosh,
the fire
bro.
itself can be seen.
Wow.
Towards them unnervingly fast.
Here it comes, the hitch coming.
Oh God. Wow. Oh God. Oh God. Oh my God, are you guys okay, bro?
We're gonna go in a burn over very, very quickly. Here it comes, here it comes, here it
Oh,
comes.
lock in. Oh, that's fire. That's actually fire. Oh my God. What do you do in this situation?
Burn over, Scotty, burn over.
Oh!
Burn over, Scotty.
Oh! 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 Damn!
Jesus Christ.
A miscommunication between the 2 trucks resulted in a collision.
Who cares?
The truck in the front was attempting to back up out of the fire, while the truck with the dash cam was entering what's known as a burnover.
Who cares about crashing the truck when you're about to get burnt to a crisp?
A burnover is a fire truck protection protocol where the truck stays in place and the crew deploys Velcro blankets to protect themselves from the heat.
Oh.
Water is sprayed outside of the vehicle to keep it from catching on fire.
Okay.
In the inside, breathing masks are used by the crew. During this protocol, however, the crew from the truck in the front can be heard desperately explaining how they didn't have water for a burnover.
Oh.
Or rather, their truck's sprinkler system wasn't working properly.
Ah. No water? Oh my god, Mayday. That means like
they
we're
couldn't stay in
dead.
place and were forced to drive forward in the hopes of escaping the fire, which you can actually see in the video as the truck fades into the distance.
What's up, dummies? So today we're about to react to the corniest internet comments, bro. You guys know what corny comments look like. It's those people in the comment sections that are like, oh, I have no friends. Like, I'm so depressed. Like, oh, I get a ton of girls. Like, it's just people being so cringy in the comments. We're gonna react to a ton of cringy, corny, stupid, dumb comments. Let's go.
A staple of the internet. Many people choose to express their thoughts on the video, and people do it in many different ways. Some people might give you an essay with analysis and all and what
Yeah, bro, low-key, yeah, I've seen a lot of comments on YouTube that's just like a whole essay, like nobody's reading that,
they
bro.
thought about your video. Some people will just write a sentence, say something about a certain part of the video or whatever, but there are some internet comments that I read that I can just not help but laugh at. And well, that's what we're gonna be reviewing today.
All right, bro, try not to laugh at these insane, cringy comments. Let's go. Deep comments is the first one.
Deep comments have been widespread in 2025, especially because people are clowning the out of them on TikTok. But yeah, these deep comments, they come in many different forms. I guess that's the best way to explain it. There's ones that have like emo Bart Simpson profile pictures.
Dude,
write,
it's
like sob
so
story
cringy.
paragraphs, or you'll see these deep ass quotes. Literally go to any like slow and reverb video, you'll see a bunch of them. Now, don't get me wrong, we all got struggles and going on in life, but these dudes will just flex it and act like being sad and deep is
Yeah,
like a
that's the
personality
thing.
trait. Now, I personally have not seen a lot of these, but I'm gonna go find them. I gotta see what these comments are all about. I gotta see if I'm gonna get some deep life lessons out of these. Let's just take a look at some of them, I guess. May I ask, who made your real smile appear again? What's a smile? This
That's
dude cannot be
cringy,
for
bro.
real right now. No.
Somebody said, what's a smile? What do you mean, what's a smile? I hate when people act like they never smile or they're never happy. Like, bro, you know what a smile is.
One, I just hide in the dark.
That's so cringy. That kid said he just hides in the dark.
Okay, half these comments gotta be jokes, because there's no way this dude said that he hides in the dark with
so
full
cringy.
confidence. It's my inner voice who brought it back by making me fake smile.
What?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was a rough watch.
That's
but guys,
cringy.
do not worry. We got a few more. Best friend, girlfriend, depression. Only depression doesn't end.
That's so cringy. Oh my god. So he said best friend, and he highlighted the fact that friend has the word end in it. Girlfriend has the word end in it, but depression doesn't have end in it. So only depression doesn't end. He has the cringy Bart Simpson profile picture. Bro, what are you doing? You're not depressed. Like, this kid, like, didn't get to go on his field trip in, like, 2nd grade, and he's, like, just depressed now.
Your first mistake was thinking that I was one of the sheep. A member of the U.S. Congress posted this. Like, honestly, after all this time, I don't know when this was posted, but I think there's still time to delete the post.
Yeah, bro, a lot of these people, just delete your comments, bro. Delete your posts. Like, this is just
And as you
cringe.
can see, absolute D1 prospects of being deep. We got some philosophers in the building. We definitely need to take notes.
Repeated comments. Okay, here's the next one.
First, who's here in 2025? Helping out, pin. Yo, bro, can I get a pin? I get it! If you leave these comments, okay, no offense to you, bro, but listen, I appreciate all your comments, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I get tired of seeing these same phrases over and over again. You'll see a comment like this on every video, it doesn't matter. And hey, man, for the people that are saying first, like, I appreciate you for popping out early, but what is the point of saying first? I've never really understood it. But still,
I think it's pretty cool. A lot of people always say like first, and they like hate on them. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool to be first to a YouTube video. If you're ever first to my YouTube videos, I always like heart the comments like that are first. I try to heart a lot of the comments, but like if you're first, I think that's kind of cool. I don't know why people hate on it. Now, the thing that I don't understand is like kids who like watch the video 10 minutes later and they comment first. It's like, Do you like you have that bad internet? Like your internet is stat trash where you think you're first 10 minutes later? Like no.
See like 5 of these comments in the first second of my video being out. There might be somebody typing the word first as we speak. I have no idea. One thing I don't understand though.
I bet somebody watching this right now just commented first just to make me mad. I know you
like,
did.
Why
I see you, bro.
In the current year
I see you.
of 2025 are you saying who's here in 2025? Everyone is here
I never understood that.
What is the point? Okay, I'm getting too heated.
2016 Lil Bro.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of a stupid entry for the video, but I had to put it in anyway. It's crazy to me because people that weren't even alive 10 years ago are commenting on videos via iPad. Now, I don't know if this is just foreign to me because I never left comments on the internet. I would only watch videos. Now, we've all...
Yeah, as a kid, I never commented. And I bet there's a lot of you out there watching us right now that have never commented on my videos, which is fine. I mean, it's cool, but I mean, I want you to comment. I want to like engage with you guys. But a lot of people on the internet don't comment. They just watch stuff. So if you're one of those people, cool. I still like you. Appreciate you for watching.
Stupid things as kids, so I can't really blame them. But regardless, these comments are kind of funny. I can't even lie. Bro is born in 2020. 2016, Lil Bro. Lil Bro? All right, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. 2016 and Lil Bro should not be in the same sentence. You are Lil Bro. You should have said 2016 Unk. That would have made more sense. Bro was born in 2016. 2013 Lil Bro. Here we go again. There's no way like people keep saying this over and over again. This has got to be some kind of copy pasta online. 2019. But I had a Gen Z child hod. You're
what?
5. Yes, so what, Lil Bro?
That's funny. This kid's like, oh, I was born in 2019, but I had Gen Z childhood.
Gen Z
and someone said, you're
hod.
5,
You're 5.
bro.
Yes, so what, Lil
Yeah,
Bro?
so what?
Oh my god. I am convinced that
Imagine
this
getting roasted
comment
by
is
a
troll.
5-year-old.
I didn't even know 5 years old. I didn't even know how to add and subtract.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, that one was probably just me. But there is no way I would have been able to navigate TikTok, let alone navigate a device.
Leave a comment section, like bot comments. Okay, here's the next one. These are gonna be good.
Year, I had to mention these comments. For whatever reason, I've been seeing an influx of these. The comments will be written as if it was like some random code generated by a robot, and it's just random letters and emojis, especially on YouTube Shorts, but honestly, any video will have comments like this. Or another example of one will be like, claim your 1-hour ticket. Okay,
yeah,
like 9
I see
times
that
out
all
of
the
10,
time.
These gotta be comment bots. There's no way.
Scams.
Because who is claiming a 1-hour ticket? And what even is that?
Yeah,
and what is the
giving...
point of even commenting that? Because I feel like people aren't even gonna see the comment after the first hour.
Like begging comments. All right, here's the next one.
Some people absolutely try hard in order to get
Dude,
likes.
yeah, people are like, bro, if you're on the Ronaldo team, click right here. Like, bro, shut up.
And it seems like every couple of months, there is a new method going around
like
for
if you're
like
an OG,
begging. Some
each like
examples
he gets
of
1 year
a like
older.
begging comment would be something like, I don't know, like this so you never age. Or they will add a little finger pointing at the like button.
I see that so much where they're pointing to the like button with an emoji. That happens all the time. I guarantee you, if you go to the comments right now of this video, the video you're watching, my video, go to the comments, guarantee you someone's like, if you're a fan of DJ Loves Turbo, click right here.
And they'll say, people with good luck, and they'll point down at the like button.
Yeah, that's
just to push
cringy.
the agenda that liking their comment is
I just
somehow gonna give
realized
them good
me making this video about comments is going to make so many people comment insane things on this video. I cannot wait to read the comments.
But the most recent ones I've been seeing, this is John. Every
I see that.
makes him older.
I see that, and people, the kids see this and they're like, "Oh my God, John, dude, he looks like a kid, but he's 705 years old. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm gonna click the like button and make him 706 years old. I made him grow up." Like, shut up.
Who cares about John? Who even cares? Like, what the? How did
who is John?
Likes?
Like, what?
Okay, if I yell anymore, I'm going on the injury reserve, bro. I'm getting a career-ending injury. I gotta stop. And sometimes when people get likes, they feel like they gotta edit their comments and let everybody know.
Comment editors, they'd be like, "Oh my God, I've never gotten this many likes. Thank you for 1,000 thank you for 1,000 likes."
Now, sometimes when people edit comments, it's to correct a mistake. You have the ability to do so why wouldn't you? But some people decide to edit their comment over and over and over again to thank people for the amount of likes. Now, I still see this one sometimes, but not as often as I did like 5 years ago. This method might be becoming extinct. And I feel like it's really common on those like beggar comments because they're trying to check for the likes. They are quite literally fiending for likes. Yo, man, thank you for 10K likes. I'm famous. 20K likes. Mom, I made it. 30K likes.
Yeah.
You'll give a whole Grammys award speech.
Yeah, bro. I remember people would be like, Mom, I made it. Thanks for 20K likes. Like, bro, you didn't make anything, bro. You still got to go to school tomorrow.
All right, you get the point. They edited every milestone. And what I don't understand is, like, why people, like, beg for likes and shit like that on YouTube comments. Like, no one is going to subscribe to you because of a comment. And if they do, they're not even going to watch your videos at all. Like, if you were getting paid per like, I'd be like, okay, I understand the hustle. I get it. But they're just doing this for the love of the game, which is cool, I guess. But I don't really understand what you get out of it. And it's just better if you make a creative comment. You'll get more likes doing that. But these comments are the bane of my existence. Okay, they're really not that bad.
Bro fell off. Yep, I see those comments. Man, every time I post a video, they're like, dang, you only got 300 views in 2 minutes. Bro, you fell off.
Every single video I get comments like this. Like, did I really fall off? Is it really that bad? I don't know. Me personally, I think I'm still doing pretty well. Maybe that's just me being in denial and I just gotta accept the fact that I fell off. I've been around for...
Hey, did I fall off or not? Let me know, guys.
3 years, so obviously people are gonna come and go.
He's been making YouTube videos for 3 years. I think I've been making YouTube videos for what, 8 years? Yeah, I think 8 years. I started when I was like, yeah.
But seriously, thank you
7 or 8 years. That's a long time.
But regardless, I'll get a comment like, oh, 7K.
Most of the time, people do fall off. Maybe I fell off, you know, maybe.
Or bro fell off. Now, sometimes people are just trolling, but some people are dead ass when they say this. I mean, I already see these numbers in my YouTube analytics, so you don't have to tell me again. But maybe I won't fall off if I use the collab feature. So we got to get the duck himself on the video. And the duck is my twin brother, just so we're clear. I'm not collabing with myself. Why the hell would I do that?
Like he said, again, not a psycho hopping on my own video. This is for my brother, just so we're clear. Anyway, let's just take a look at some of these dark psychology, manifesto, manipulator type of comments.
Dark psychology comments. Oh, gosh.
I don't know what's been in the atmosphere with these. But
if I let my inner voice... What did he say? What did he say? If I let my inner voice talk, people would die. No, they wouldn't.
What's been in the atmosphere?
What, bruh?
I guess they think they're the main character. And everyone's gonna fall victim to their dark psychology manipulation. Or they think they could beat you up just by their eyes turning red. So we have comment sample 1 right here. When I get angry, my friends hold me back at school. I'm kind of strong, and sometimes if I'm really angry, my eyes turn half red. No joke.
Oh, nope. That's a lie.
Full joke. There is no way you think you're that fierce. Like, you're not beating anybody's ass. See my pinky, see my thumb, see my fist. You better run.
What?
Actual chills.
That was so cringe.
Why don't you show your bad side? My bad side. I would be in jail.
I would be in jail.
I'd be in jail if I showed my bad side. Shut up.
Bro, I overstepped. You're the GOAT, bro. I don't want to see his dark side. All right, so now for those manipulator comments. What a better place to look than a TikTok manipulations tips and tricks video.
Oh, God.
5 manipulation techniques that will make you control people's brains. Number 1, when attempting to persuade someone, make sure you're standing while they're sitting. They will be more inclined to believe you. Number 2, you can tell if someone is observing you. Just glance at your wristwatch. If they're watching you all the time, they'll check.
Like what? If you think somebody's observing you, check your watch. And if they look at your watch, then they'll like, what the what?
So glaze off the bat. This is the best ever, bro. You're a professor. These are some great tips, and they work. Standing while sitting. All right, got it.
They will be more inclined to believe you.
All right, yeah, they work, guys. They work. Just trust the process. Then we got this right here. Mine. I love dark psychology.
Like, bro, your profile picture is literally AI. This is a 4-year-old kid, bro.
Then we got this.
Like, look at you. What are you doing? Did you ask AI to create a picture of you? This might be a 4-year-old girl. I love dark psychology. No, this kid probably meant to say I love dark chocolate and didn't know how to spell it.
Dark psychology. Okay, that's probably a demonstration of how they think they sound in their head whenever they speak to someone. Because when reading this, I can't help but pair this with a villain writing a manifesto as the voice.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a group chat consisting of people who are adept and also interested in the art of manipulation? Imagine the ideas we could exchange.
That's so cringy. This is so corny, bro.
I just find this super corny. People want to manipulate others so badly. Like, you want to make a...
What's up, dummies? So on YouTube, there are a ton of horrible Roblox content creators. I've made a ton of videos on them on my other channel. I look at bad Roblox YouTubers almost all the time, but this video has been going viral recently. It says Roblox's worst AI channel. It has 1 million views. Apparently, this is a horrible AI Roblox channel. I didn't think you could mix two stupid, horrible things, but let's see what this is.
This is how AI videos look like about a year ago. And right here, you can
AI was
that
bad.
This is AI generated.
AI was bad.
While I'm recording this video in this current time, this is what AI generated videos look like. And it's actually getting really difficult to tell if this is AI generated or not.
True. Yeah, it is kind of hard to tell between AI videos and real videos now. Back then, it was super easy.
That is a huge problem on YouTube now. Because what if I told you that there's a Roblox channel out there on YouTube that's just posting Roblox videos, except the actual Roblox videos are 100% AI generated, and it's just the most boring, terrible slop ever. But for some reason, these videos are getting millions and millions of views. And I'm not even joking when I say this, but I think this channel is about to start something new on YouTube, and so many more YouTube channels are gonna follow suit and copy what this channel is doing, and soon one day all of Roblox YouTube is just probably gonna be completely AI generated slop.
Okay, normally I try to agree with the people I react to, but this guy, I don't even know what he's talking about. He's saying, oh, one day all of Roblox content on YouTube is gonna be AI. No, it's not. Nobody's gonna want to watch AI content.
And I wish I was joking, but no, this is true. Because this Roblox channel we're gonna be talking about today, they just started posting videos a few weeks ago, and they are averaging 4 million views every single day.
Insane.
No, I'm not joking. But before we continue with this video, I would appreciate everybody could subscribe.
Bro, you haven't even showed us the YouTuber yet. Why are you asking us to subscribe, bro? Come on, dog. Drop a like on this video, but we haven't shown you it yet. Alright, he's finally showing the channel. The channel name is Mooney Games.
It's called Mooney Games.
They only have 17,000 subscribers.
Right? It only has about like 17,000 subscribers. But what if I told you that based on my calculations, this channel will reach 100,000 subscribers in probably just a week? And let me explain why. So first things first, this channel was created only on November 30th of 2019. So this is a pretty old channel. But then out of nowhere, this channel randomly started posting back in November 20th of 2024.
Can you show us the videos?
It's called When Bacons Play Blade Ball. Sprunky is upset. Hashtag Sprunky. Hashtag Roblox. It is just typical Roblox brain rot you see on YouTube. But this very video is going to start what I think is a downfall of Roblox YouTube. So first things first, all I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this short. And just prepare yourself. This is one of the worst things you'll ever see in your entire life.
Okay, let's see. Because honestly, I've looked at a lot of bad content. If you guys have watched any of my videos on my DJ Loves Turbo channel, you guys know we look at horrible YouTubers all the time. So let's see if this is actually Roblox's worst AI channel, like this guy says, or if he's literally just lying, clickbaiting, because I expected to see something bad. It's 2 minutes into this video. He still hasn't shown us any of the content. So let's see.
Potentially your eyes might just melt away, but here's
my eyes might melt away.
Help me!
Okay, it's pretty bad.
I don't know about you, but the future of Roblox YouTube is not looking good. Now, thankfully, this didn't get too many views. This got about 4,000 views. Now, you might be relieved that this terrible trash video didn't do too good on YouTube. But what if I told you that their most popular video is even worse than the video we just saw now? This video is called Looking for Mom in Roblox Brookhaven. And Jesus Christ, this video has 3.2 million views. And this video was uploaded just about 10 days ago. Now, look at the description.
Okay, well, this video was posted in 2024, so by the end of this video, when we're done reacting, we're gonna see what this Mooney Games channel is doing now to see if they've blown up or if they still make bad content.
Now look at the description.
But let's see this.
Even YouTube knows that this is AI generated content, but even while YouTube knowing that this is AI slop, they still push it out to 3.2
Can we see the video?
Either way, I want to show you this video, and while watching the video, just keep this question in mind. Does this short deserve 3.2 million views?
All right, let's see it.
Here's the short.
What?
Yeah, this video.
What? That's all it is? What does that have to do with Roblox? What does that have to do with Brookhaven? Wait, what? That's not even Roblox.
An AI generated Roblox bacon hair baby crying.
A bacon hair baby? That's not a bacon hair baby, bro. That looks literally nothing like... I guess the outfit looks like the bacon hair girl, I guess, but it's nothing like Roblox.
Yeah, this video of an AI-generated Roblox bacon hair baby crying got 3.2 million views. Now let me know in the comments below, do you think this deserves all the views it
Obviously
has?
not.
Now, this short has 36,000 likes, but only 40 comments.
Okay,
now, here's the thing.
what I know about that is when a short has a ton of likes, a ton of views, but barely any comments, it's because the people that are seeing these shorts, the people who watched it, do not know how to speak. They are 2 or 3 years old, they don't know English, so they don't even know how to comment. And if they did comment, it wouldn't make any sense. There's a lot of times where I see comments and it's like, it's like kids trying to communicate, saying nice video, but they don't know how. That's what I think happens
the
there.
views, likes, and comments are actually botted on these videos. Because there's no way that this type of stuff is even enjoyable to watch. Like, who's sitting here watching these stuff and subscribing to this person's channel? Now, some people like to argue saying that, oh, this person's watching without a YouTube account, therefore they can't like and subscribe. And how come this short has 36,000 likes, but only 40 comments? Why out of the 36,000 people that like this short, only 40 people chose to comment? Because in order to like a video, you need to have a YouTube account. And I like how the person that created this YouTube channel, they're hearting every single comment except the ones calling them out for using AI. And it's pretty obvious that only dumb little kids are watching this video because what is this person trying to say here? Oh, joy. But I saw some really funny comments because there's an angry mom in the comments not happy that their son is watching these videos. No wonder my son is acting like that. You should be blocked. You're not teaching nothing good for the kids.
Bro, come on, Catherine Guerrero. You're the one who's giving your son a phone, bro. If you don't want your son to watch this stuff, don't give him a phone. Like me personally, when I have children, I'm not going to really let them watch a lot of brain rot content when they're young. Maybe when they're like 20 and if they want to watch stuff, they can. But they're not going to watch bad content. They're going to be watching like TV shows like SpongeBob and stuff that's good for kids. They're not going to be scrolling YouTube Shorts. They're not going to be scrolling Instagram. They're not going to be scrolling TikTok. That's for sure. My kids are not watching short form.
I'm not sure if the mom sucks at grammar, but I can't lie. She's speaking facts.
Bro just said sucks at grammar. That's not even...
This channel needs to be banned. But yeah, this person right here had the idea that I was going for. How the hell is this Roblox?
I just said
and that's
that.
True. This does not look like Roblox at all.
I
don't know
just
why
said
this
that, bro.
trying to pass off as a Roblox channel. But either way, as before, I said that this channel just started posting videos on November 28th. And while I'm recording this video, that's about a month ago. To be more specific, about like 28 days, right? Now, do you want to guess how many videos this person was able to upload in just 28 days? That's right.
Probably
this
100.
person uploaded 147
148 videos.
So you know what? Let me do
in
the
28
math here,
days.
right? So with 147 videos uploaded in 28 days,
That's
that means
like
every single day, this person was uploading about 6 videos
5
every
or
single
6
day.
videos.
That YouTube grind, that is
What
crazy.
the?
And
5 or 6 videos a day, bro. On this channel, you guys know I post 2 times a day. That's, I mean, it's not that hard because I sit here and record a lot all day. But like, the reason this person's able to post 5 videos a day is because it's just AI generated shorts. They're not even doing anything. They're typing in on their phone, you know, make me this. It's doing it, and then they're uploading it. With these videos that I'm making, I have to sit here, talk, react, edit, you know, stuff like that. I barely edit on this channel because you guys know my videos suck. But like, the reason they're able to upload so much is because they're just typing random stuff into an AI.
Because after all these videos are AI generated. So all this person does is goes into a random website, types out the prompt to make the
I literally just said that.
About like 2 minutes to actually make the video. So really, uploading 6 videos every day to this channel is probably like 10 to 20 minutes worth of work. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said that this person is probably gonna get 100,000 subscribers in like a week. And you know what? Literally,
we're gonna find out by the end of this video. I'm gonna see how many subscribers they have because this video was posted on December 28th, 2024. And right now it's literally June 22nd, 2026. So it's been like 2 years. So we're gonna see what this channel's doing.
Now, as I'm recording this video, this channel has 16.9 thousand subscribers. And by the time I actually edit this video, here's how many subscribers this person has. And the time span here is probably like 1 to 2 days. So we'll see how
12 hours, they got 2,000
Now, in
subs.
total, Mooney Games over here has about 15 million views. So this person just started posting to YouTube just a month ago, already 15 million views. The funny thing is that these videos are monetized. These people are making money off this. Now,
they're actually making money.
What was weird is that this channel is based in South Korea. And the funny thing is that South Korea is a leader in AI development. So I don't know if that has any correlation, but that's just how it is. Either way, my main point I'm trying to make in this video is that that Mooney Games is going to start something which will completely just take over all of YouTube.
True.
And I
mean,
don't want to sound dramatic.
it's not going to take over all of YouTube.
For example,
but
there's a hand of these actual original content creators like Bucks Fucks and others. And what they would do is that they would make skit videos. But what people would do is that they would steal these people's YouTube audios and re-upload it as their own. And the YouTube channel stealing these audios and re-uploading as their own, they are getting millions and millions of views and
I think I know what he's talking
too.
about.
Just as an example, let me show you this channel right here, Alex GF. This channel has about 350,000 subscribers with only 84 videos uploaded. Now, first things first, when you see this guy's channel, you can see this guy's terrible Roblox AI profile picture.
Yeah.
First of all, that's the old Roblox logo. And for some reason, there are bacon pieces
Actually,
in this guy's
bacon.
hair. It seems like the AI thing messed up, or I don't know.
yeah, he was like, can I get a bacon hair character? And the AI put actual bacon in
Now,
his
you
hair.
might think Alex GF has been uploading for a long time, right? He has 350,000 subscribers. Well, guess what? He created his YouTube channel 1 month ago. That's right, just a month ago, this
What?
guy had 0 subscribers.
300K subs
subscribers because he will steal people's YouTube video audios and re-upload it as his own.
That's
and look at this, you can
cringe.
tell this is all the same videos over and
That's
over.
cringe too. He adds like the satisfying video on the right. I always hated that. So people will like put a skit, Roblox skit right here, and then they'd put a freaking like a satisfying slime video or something to like make the kids watch more.
Re-uploaded and
So
getting
cringy.
millions
That's
and
actually
millions of
so
views.
insane,
And Alex GF
dude.
is not the only person doing this. There are probably thousands of other channels that have millions of subscribers that are doing the same thing as this. And channels like these are the reason why YouTube had to shrink the play buttons, because too many people are getting millions of subscribers.
That's true. Yeah, I always wondered why they made the play button smaller. My play button is kind of big because I got these before, but like the new ones are small as heck because so many of these shorts content creators are making getting a ton of subs. Okay, it's time to search this channel up. So Mooney Games. We're gonna see. I have some good news, I think. I'm kind of confused though because I just went to YouTube and I searched up Mooney Games 05, which is exactly